is in the house. Yeah, 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 yeah. We are kicking it with Auntie Leah. Yeah, let's get it, let's do it, let's go. Yeah, let's go, let's get it with Auntie Leah. Yeah, yeah, come on, let's do it. Nothing better than kicking it with Auntie Leah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Auntie Leah is in the house. Yeah, 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 yeah. We are kicking it with Auntie Leah. Yeah, let's get it, let's do it. Come on in. Come on in now. So Auntie Leah can do a thing. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Mississippi, three boats went to Horn Island.
Salute. Welcome back to Kicking It with Auntie Leah.
Except Nolan
We're just
Xavier
waiting on
Wells.
some more people to come in.
They brought his phone
Until
home.
they come in,
But
2
they
minutes
left
we
somebody's
listen to the
son
music.
behind.
Let's go. Hit the like button and
We
share the
want every
live.
answer. Mississippi, cough 'em up, cough 'em up,
Cough 'em
cough 'em
up.
up.
Everybody's up. Justice for Nolan Wells in the comments.
Yeah. 4th of July, headed out in the sun. 3 boats on the water, but they came back -1. Nolan was
waiting on some more
18
family
with his
members to
whole
come
life
in.
plan. College football dreams and the future in his hands. They went to Horn Island, everybody there together. Sun on the coast, clear summertime weather. But something went wrong before the end of the day. When the boats left the island, Nolan somehow stayed. They said he made a choice,
everybody
said
please
he
share
wanted
the
to
live. I'll be
remain,
waiting
but
on
he
some more
cannot
people
tell
to
his
get
side,
in.
so the question still
Salute to
remains. Why
everybody
would he
in the
stay
bushes.
without his keys or his phone? Why would everybody leave and assume he made it home?
Who was the last one to see him on the sand? Who counted every person for the boats left land? Everybody got a story, but the timeline got a
Justice for
hold.
Nolan Wells.
Mississippi, tell Christine what happened to her soul.
Hey, cough them up.
Her baby didn't come home. Her baby couldn't call. Everybody had an answer, but nobody knew it all.
Just waiting on some more people to come in, y'all. Be patient with me.
Come forward with the truth. A mother needs an answer. What happened to her youth?
Cough 'em up, cough 'em up,
Hey,
cough 'em up.
hey.
Mississippi, cough 'em up this time. Bringing boys forward, put the truth on the line. We are not declaring guilt, we are demanding facts.
Salute
Tell us
to
what happened
everybody in the
Nolan
building.
and
Please
don't
share the
hold
live and
nothing
like the
back.
live.
Cough 'em up, Mississippi.
People need to know that we're here.
Every boat, every
We're just
picture,
waiting on
every
some more
message,
people to
every
get here.
word that they spoke.
His mother needs the truth. His father needs it too.
Cough 'em up, Mississippi. Tell us
Cough
what
them up,
happened to
Mississippi,
Nolan.
right now. Not this time. Hey, Sharon. Welcome.
Bring every hidden detail to the light.
I need everybody to share their live.
Mississippi, get it right this time.
Please type
431, they
Mississippi, cop up them
reportedly put
boys
away.
this time.
But when was Nolan last independently seen that day? There's a window in the timeline, questions in between. What happened after 4
one
and
more
what
minute,
the
and we'll get
witnesses
started,
see?
y'all.
One boat taking water, bills, Crump acting strange. A call went out for help, then the energy seemed to change. Voices in the background, confusion on the line. Who was on which vessel at that exact time?
Salute,
They reached the
Sharon.
mainland, moved from place to place, but nobody turned around to search the island for his face. His mother knew her baby would not vanish on his own. After midnight, she reported that her son had not come home. Search
Hey, guys,
teams
thank
hit the
you for your
water when the
patience. We're
morning
just waiting on
brought the
some more
light.
people to
Then
come
July
in.
6th, the living news has
If you
shattered
please
every
like
life.
the live and
Nolan's
share the
body
live.
found, but the questions only grew. Finding him was not the same as finding out the truth.
Her baby didn't come home. Her baby couldn't call. Everybody had an answer. Yeah.
Justice for
Nobody
Nolan
knew
Wells.
it
Justice for
all.
Nolan Wells in the comments.
If you were there with Nolan, come forward with the truth.
And we not letting up.
Needs an answer. What happened to you?
Cough 'em up,
Ever.
cough 'em up,
Hey,
cough 'em up.
hey.
Mississippi, cough 'em up this time. Bring them boys forward, put the
We ain't
truth
going
on
for
the
it this
line.
time.
We are not declaring guilt, we are demanding facts. Tell us
Cough
what
'em up,
happened in
Mississippi.
Nolan and don't hold nothing back. Cough 'em up,
Salute,
Mississippi.
salute.
Every phone and every boat, every picture, every message,
I know it,
every
right?
word that they
But we're
spoke.
not going
His
for it.
mother needs a truth.
We're not
His
letting
mother
up. They
needs a
trying to
truth.
scare us
Cough
and
'em up,
everything.
Mississippi. Tell us what
We gonna
happened
get
in
into
Nolan
it.
and Wells.
About 30 more seconds.
Bring
30 more
every
seconds.
hidden detail to
Then we're gonna get
the
started, y'all. We're gonna get right into this.
the truth.
These bullies are
Mississippi
crazy.
Get it right this time. Stated the autopsy held the
I need
finest
everybody
for
to
review.
please like the
Family
live and
sought
share the
another
live.
because they need answers too. Independent examination left the cause of man pending. The family's lawyer said the
All right, we about to get
investigation was not
started.
ending. Questions about his neck, questions behind his head, questions about the tissue and what the findings really say. Where is the final report? What will the evidence show? How did Nolan lose his life? His family deserves to know. FBI assistant county still leading the case. Grand jury expected to review the evidence in place. Ben Crump still beside him, said
Salute,
examine
salute to
every
everybody
fact.
in the bushes.
If the
Cough 'em
lie-
up, Mississippi. Because we're not going for it this time. You can't shut us up. You can't scare us up. We're not going nowhere. It is justice for Nolan Wells every day, all day long, until we get tired, which is never, because we already tired. We are already tired. Thank you for everybody who stopped by the Kicking It with Auntie Leah show in the Truth Gang. Shout out to you. Thank you for being here, Mateo. Thank you for being here, Sharon. And thank you to everyone in the back who has decided not to participate in the chat. I am going to start out by saying to the Truth Gang members, to the people that are here for justice, please try to ignore any troll that may attempt to come into this chat and distract us. They are paid bots. Their sole goal is to spin a narrative. Their sole goal is to cause arguments in the chat. Now, since we allegedly see Katie on the boat, allegedly on Bart's boat, now they're in the comments trying to get you to say her last name. Oh, we're going to get into it. But the first thing I want to talk about is the audacity of some of these evil, racist people that filed an anonymous complaint against the mother of Nolan Wells with the nursing board. Now, she has given us an update saying that the complaint has been closed. But the mindset of these evil bastards is diabolical to me. And this is why we won't stop. I would never stop. You can sue me. You're not going to get anything from it. But I got the best defense attorney that's living. And we call him Yeshua. And Jesus. Because you guys are evil. Why? We'll just get right into it. Let me pull up the video. I'm turning music down, guys. And again, thank you guys for being here with us. You know I love y'all. Truth Gang in the building. We got a show. We got a show. So let's start by watching the interview that they did yesterday with Ben Crump, with also News Nation and Kumo. Let's get right into it.
His mother called his phone repeatedly with no answer. That raises questions. That's all we want to get to is answers. If this was your child, Chris Como, wouldn't you want to ask every question possible for everybody who was on Horn Island to say, did you see what happened to Nolan? What happened? Where was he at? And that's all they're asking, and people are attacking them for trying to get answers. Can you imagine that? She's getting attacked at her job. She's getting bad job reviews. She had never gotten any in her entire career. And now, since she's been going on TV saying, I want to get answers for my son, she's been attacked by sick individuals trying to, I guess, in some way discourage them from continuing to say his name and say that we won't let it be swept under the rug.
I understand that. Obviously, that's why we're all together right now, right? Is Christine, I want to make sure that you have the opportunity to get these answers. Do you believe, or do you have any reason to believe, that this investigation is doing exactly what you want it to do?
Sure. Well, we know at the beginning they started out saying there was no foul play even before there was any investigation, Chris. So that was a concern to them at day one.
That was the trigger for why we felt we had to go this route, because it wasn't even hours after they had found his body where I'm watching on the news that the sheriff is saying likely an accidental drowning. We do not feel there's any foul play, but yet stories are not lining up. And so from there, that's why we're here now.
Elmore, again, I really don't know how you guys are holding it together and being able to stay focused. But I'm here for it as long as there is the need. When you look at this situation, what is your darkest concern that you just want to make sure isn't true?
I've already lived my darkest concern. We just want the truth. We just want someone to be brave enough to stand up and give us the truth. We can't grieve the way we need to because we're being disrespected. We're being called all kind of racist, bad parents. We were not raised like that, and we did not raise our children like that. So we just want the truth. Any parent would want that. Any father would want that.
Understood.
Any mother.
Understood and true. And I know that we know one thing, and I know that this is not a time for solace, but there is one thing that has become constant in this story. You raised a beautiful young man who everybody sees exactly through that lens, that he was everything that you would want a son to have. And I have one just about that age. And everything I hear is exactly what you would want to hear, even in this young life. So God bless Nolan and his memory, and we will stay on this story and get the answers as soon as they can come. And if we can help in any way, that's why we're here. Counsel, thank you for making this happen. Christine, I mean it, we're a call away. And Elmore, I'm very impressed by your strength and your focus.
Guys, it is beyond disturbing to me that just because these parents asked a simple question, what happened to my son, that they are trying so hard to discredit the parents. They are trying so hard to shut everybody up that's talking about Nolan Wells. But it's not going to happen. We are tired of this, and we will not stand for this. They can sue anybody they want to sue. But at the end of the day, it is still what happened to 18-year-old Nolan Wells. And if you were not here for the beginning of the song that I wrote for Mississippi, I'm going to play it again, just a little bit of it one more time before we get into our next clip. Because I want you to hear what I wrote about you dirty bastards. All of you.
Mississippi.
I'm pulling up the next clip.
Three boats went to Horn Island.
Listen to
Everybody
the
came
words.
back except Nolan Xavier Wells. They brought his phone home, but they left somebody's son behind. This time, we want every answer. Mississippi, cough 'em up, cough 'em up, cough 'em up.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. 4th of July, headed out in the sun. 3 boats on the water, but they came back -1. Nolan was 18 with his whole life plan. College football dreams and the future in his hands. They went to Horn Island, everybody there together. Sun on the coast, clear summertime weather. But something went wrong before the end of the day. When the boats left the island, Nolan somehow stayed. They said he made a choice, said he wanted to remain, but he cannot tell his side, so the question still remains. Why would he stay without his keys or his phone? Why would everybody leave and assume he made it home?
Who was the last one to see him on the sand? Who counted every person for the boats left land? Everybody got a story, but the timeline got a hole. Mississippi tell Christine what happened to her soul.
Her baby didn't come home. Her baby couldn't call. Everybody had an answer, but nobody knew it all. If you were there with Nolan, come forward with the truth. A mother needs an answer. What happened to her youth?
Cough 'em up, cough 'em up,
Cough 'em up, Mississippi, cough 'em up this time. Bringing boys forward, put the truth on the line. We are not declaring guilt, we are demanding facts. Tell us what happened to Nolan and don't hold nothing back. Cough 'em up, Mississippi, every phone and every boat, every picture, every message, every word that they spoke. His mother needs the truth, his father needs it too. Cough 'em up, Mississippi, tell us what happened to Nolan Wells. Cough up the truth, bring every hidden detail to the light. Cough up the truth, Mississippi, get it right this time. 431, they reportedly pulled away. But when was Nolan last independent?
An independent autopsy, this right here, which we're about to get into, of this Mississippi teen, could not determine how he died. The findings were announced today at a press conference held by Nolan's parents and their attorney, Ben Crump. The preliminary report concluded that both Nolan's cause and manner of death remain undetermined pending further investigation. Now, Crump also said the report doesn't rule out the possibility of foul play. There were, I will tell you, a few findings that stood out. For example, the report describes this area of red discoloration at the back of Nolan's head. Its cause is unknown. Pathologist said the finding is significant enough for further investigation. The report also found no fractures, no deep tissue injuries. It also makes clear that there were important limitations to this examination because this was a second autopsy performed after the state of Mississippi had already completed its own examination. And the pathologist, indicated that certain parts of Nolan's body were missing, namely pieces of Nolan's throat. So therefore, according to Crump, you can't rule out injuries to the neck. According to this, the pathologist also didn't have toxicology results, noted that the level of the body's decomposition, all complicating a definitive conclusion as to what happened to Nolan. And by the way, the results from the state medical examination haven't been released. The coroner's office is apparently waiting the toxicology report there too. So what do we make from this? What does it tell us about that first examination? I want to go straight to Joseph Scott Morgan, forensic expert, certified death investigator from Jacksonville State University, host of the Incredible Body Bags podcast. Good to see you, sir. First thing I want everybody to know is, as we are evaluating this autopsy report, Dr. Roger Mitchell, you're familiar with his work, right? And you looked at this autopsy. How would you grade it?
Stellar. He did he did a fantastic job. Absolutely.
You said it was very thorough, the way he looked at the body?
Incredibly thorough. As a matter of fact, Jesse, there's a lot of things I can't go into on air out of good taste.
Sure.
But just suffice it to say, his thoroughness rivals any other any autopsy that goes to this level where you need these kind of eyes on it. He did a fantastic job.
Okay, 2 questions. One, is it abnormal that this second autopsy, the body they're provided apparently didn't have body parts, didn't have throat structures, neck structures, and B, is that the reason the cause and manner of death are undetermined?
No, I think it's certainly a component of it, Jesse. The body as the doctor points out, is absent the larynx and the trachea. So you're thinking about where your voice box is, and also your windpipe, otherwise known as a windpipe. And why is this significant? It's significant because these are areas that we look for relative to trauma, right? So crushing of the larynx, any kind of what we refer to as the strap muscles that kind of lace over the neck, that would give you an indication of where somebody could have throttled or done a ligature. And most importantly, and he makes note of this in his report, and where we heard this term before, there's no hyoid. So the hyoid has been contained or retained rather by the Mississippi State Medical Examiner's Office there. And they're doing it, I think, probably for further consultation and perhaps from an evidentiary standpoint.
I'm just going to interrupt real quick right there. So the autopsy is complete now. They announced that, right? Last week. The autopsy is complete. So why haven't they released those body parts to the independent medical examiner or pathologist so that he can examine those organs? Why are you still holding them hostage? It's incomplete. Yours is complete. So you would think that if there was nothing to hide, they'd call up the doctor or send a letter, a certified letter, or email, or however they do it, and let them know, hey, we're done with our autopsy. Now you're able to examine the missing neck structures that you need to complete yours. But I haven't heard none of that. Let's keep going, because it's crazy to me.
Does that mean that their conclusion would be definitive? If they're looking at these specific body parts, that they can come out and say, we know what happened to Nolan. We can give you the cause and manner of death. If they're going to at least retain those body parts for a specific reason, is that something we can expect?
Yeah, they're just not going to arbitrarily retain these. That's something that would have gone with the body, so they're holding on to that. And again, this is pending toxicology, so they're waiting for a combination of that. One of the problems that the second autopsy ran into is they could not assess whether or not this young man had water in his lungs, which is something that we look for in drowning. There are other areas, other things that we look for as well, but the doctor makes a specific comment on that as well.
Yeah, that he couldn't directly examine the airway, lung, or stomach. I got to ask you about, this is something that's getting a lot of attention, is this red discoloration in the soft tissue at the back of Nolan's head. If I even go to the report and I go to the first page of it, they call it focal area of red discoloration in the soft tissue of the back of the head, occipital region. Talk to me about what that could be. And this is the most important question, I think. Whatever this is, this abrasion, this discoloration, potential injury, whatever, the only way it could have been inflicted is before Nolan died, meaning he had to have been alive when this happened?
Well, what the doctor is saying that he cannot include or exclude, and what he would be looking for specifically in this red discoloration is if there is evidence of hemorrhage. One of the problems that he's running up against here, and it makes sense, is that he's in a significant state of decomposition at this point, particularly by the time the doctor is performing the second autopsy. So that area is compromised. He does make note of that. Also, I have to make this comment, Jesse, that with red discoloration like this, sometimes this is in fact indicative of decomposition. It'll turn to a red color. So he's trying to balance this along the way. And keep in mind, he frames everything from the perspective of the fact that this is an ongoing investigation. He has reached no definitive conclusions.
By the way, should the family have been allowed an independent autopsy simultaneously with the state medical examiner?
I've been present for autopsies where you have other physicians in the suite as this is going on. Sometimes it can create quite a bit of havoc.
First of all, then why were they not given that opportunity? Why were they not given the opportunity to do a simultaneous autopsy? I don't care about your opinion about what it sometimes causes havoc. We do not care. What we care about is body parts were retained. The autopsy is now done, and the body parts are still being retained. Now, somebody put a comment in our comment section that says, well, they probably won't release it because it's a part of their evidence. Ma'am or sir, they're not going to bring his neck parts to the grand jury. They're only going to bring their report and photos. That's how autopsies go. They are completely done with the actual body part. There is no other reason that it should be for them to not give it to the other pathologists. Let's be realistic. We're not dumb. We see exactly what they're doing. Period. Let's continue. They're not going to take the throat parts to the grand jury. It's photos and paperwork.
To talk about it, but you go back to Epstein, keep in mind, Bodden was present there in the suite as a representative of Epstein's family while that autopsy was being performed, but it's really hard to work around one another.
The final point about this, report found no fractures, no deep tissue injuries. As I think about what potentially happened to Nolan Wells, I'm wondering if you're dealing with a body of water, if you're dealing with potential drowning, would you ever really know whether or not this was foul play or not? How would you know if he was held down or pushed in or something happened as opposed to other kinds of circumstances?
Holding down and pushing down are very difficult.
Fair.
However, what is critical here is that they do testing to see if he was drowned. You look in the inner ear, you look in the airway and in the lungs, and you also do diatom tests, which are looking for these little creatures at a microscopic level. I'm hoping they're doing that. And, beyond that, you're looking for specific trauma. And right now, they're not really saying anything about it.
Okay, so we'll see what the results of the state medical examination are. Could be accidental, could be just a tragic accident, but we'll have to see where this goes. Joseph Scott Morgan, thank you so much for coming on and breaking it down for us.
And he's absolutely right. It could be an accident, but when you're not coming out and telling us anything, when you're lying, allegedly, and withholding information and not giving the public regular updates about a very high profile case, you are the ones that leave room for the speculation, period. If you were transparent, now mind you, we'll still be skeptical. It is what it is because it doesn't make sense. But perhaps if you would be more transparent with the public and give us the updates that we are needing, then it wouldn't be all of this speculation going on in the first place. I want to know why it appears that Mississippi is allegedly covering up the death of 18-year-old Nolan Wells. It is what it is. Let's keep going.
Let me ask you something that's starting to get traction, and it's also starting to get polarizing, even though we don't really have any information to motivate true understanding yet. I'm talking about the Nolan Wells investigation.
Got it.
I have been on it from jump, and the impetus for me was that I understood why the family felt that the initial word from the investigators that there's no foul play. I understand the sensitivity given the other components of this, where it was, who this is, how quick that answer came before they really had any.
Let me just respond to this comment, and then I'm not going to respond to these people again. I would like for them to be put out of here. If I got a moderator in the house, if not, I'll do it myself. First of all, it is showing that your dumbass did not go to history class, because what kind of question is, why would they cover it up? What's the business? Are you kidding me? Did you attend school? Do you know not the history of the oppression that is intentionally put on our people? See, that question right there is so dumb that I'm putting you out expeditiously. So let's get back to the video.
The kind of sense of context.
I don't want these people in here.
The immediate pushback was, oh, Ben Crump, Al Sharpton, here they go, making it racial when there's no proof of that. Why has this resonated where other cases hasn't?
Well, it resonates particularly in the Black community because in the year 2026, we find ourselves sensing and being highly suspicious of vicious circumstances. There was a Black dude who was the only Black dude in attendance, and he's the only person, the human being, that didn't come home alive. Something's wrong with that picture. And the people that were there with him have no answers. Something is highly suspicious about that. Now, it would be irresponsible to accuse folks of murder or to accuse folks of criminal behavior that lent itself towards this kid being killed. But the bottom line is that if you sent your son out and they go on a boat trip with these guys and he's the only one that doesn't come back alive and he's the only black individual that was there, you better believe that the black community is going to be up in arms as well as we should be, because that is highly, highly suspicious. It's not just that he's deceased, that he's gone. It's that there's no explanation. Nobody knows anything. Well, he was with you. You know, listen, you're a dad. I'm a dad. We send our children out. And first of all, regardless of what ethnicity, regardless of what color we're talking about here, we send our children out and you're the only one that doesn't come home alive. I'll be damned if the Chris Cuomo that I know doesn't want answers and doesn't expect answers. You know me, and I'm going to push for answers. So for no one to have answers as to what happens is when the suspicion elevates exponentially. That's what this is about. It's about the fact that there's been no answer. Nobody knows. A matter of fact, the parents, from what I read, the parents were saying they didn't even get a hold of the cell phone until they used whatever device to locate it, and it was brought to them by one of the people that was in attendance with their son. I'm saying all of those things lend itself towards an extremely heightened level of suspicion. Something smells. Now, do I know what that is? Do you know what that is? Hell no. But I'll be damned if that we can't ask those questions, and we shouldn't insist on further investigation, and we shouldn't be hell-bent on getting to the bottom of what happened. There was one black dude in attendance with a slew of people who all happened to be white. You're in Mississippi, and one person comes back, it doesn't come back. They are dead. And it happens to be the black kid. I'll be damned if Black America is not going to stand up and say, something wrong with that picture. We need to find out what the hell happened. And I stand with folks who say, I need to find out what happened. That's all I'm saying. Need to find out what happened.
Yeah, I think that the two critical words, you got the legal system, and then you got, or is it a justice system? And the fairness is about due process. I think the investigators came out of the box too fast with an answer that this is okay. And were there other black kids? Yes, I'm sure. It was majority white, of course, overwhelmingly so. I'm sure that these kids are telling the truth when they say they loved Nolan and he was easy to love and everybody loved him. But I get the need for answers, especially when you add all the context. It shouldn't surprise any of us. Stephen A., it doesn't surprise anybody that you're right on point either. And that's why I love having you on. Thank you so much for being with me.
Do you think that there's a racial component to any of this?
Of course not. I mean, I think
here we go with this goofball.
If Nolan ever felt the most little bit uncomfortable around us, which we never gave him a reason to, but if he did, he wouldn't hang out around us. But if you go look on, like my friends have had Nolan posted all over our social medias, since freshman year in high school. Like, if Nolan ever felt uncomfortable with us, why would he be hanging out with us all the time? I mean, every day we're back from college, we hang out and we're around each other all the time. So absolutely not. I would never look at Nolan any other way than I would any of my other friends. I mean, he was like a brother to me.
Brandon Tatum joins me now. Thank you for taking the opportunity.
Thank you for having me on.
So let me address the optics issue here first, which is weird for a white guy to say this to a black man. But there are people in the black community who are going to say, I can't believe you had that Brandon Tatum on. He's not a real black guy. He attacks the black cause. It doesn't matter that he's black. He's worse than a white racist. What do you make of that allegation? And why do you think it's out there?
Well, Chris, thank you so much. And I'll say this, man, we're all Americans at the end of the day. So I don't take any offense of you using your freedom of speech and your commentary to come up with these things or make your point. I think it's laughable. I mean, for somebody to say, I don't like the black community because I'm willing to find both sides of the story to get to what happened to Nolan Wells, I mean, people should be ashamed of themselves for even framing me like that. But the problem is many people want this country to stay divided. They want us to stay in a sense of fight or flight mode, and that racism is the main focus, and that's the main contributor to black success or failure in this country. And it's just not the case. Most people are not worried about race. I'm sure you and I couldn't care less what color somebody's skin is. Are you a good person or you're not a good person? And some things that I found out after going to Mississippi and talking to a whole slew of people is that in this situation, it does not appear that race was a factor. A young man lost his life, and I think that's what we need to focus on, and we need to focus on finding out how he lost his life.
What is your take, as someone who's obviously intimately familiar with law enforcement, what is your take on the suggestion that, the authorities really started this? They came out too soon saying no foul play. They should have said that they were investigating because there's not enough evidence for them to put out there of their own conclusion. What do you think of that?
Well, they're darned if they do, they're darned if they don't. If they said nothing, people will be mad that they didn't say enough. If they come out and at least give some people some idea of what the investigation has in store so far, then people get mad at that. They did not say that there was no foul play. They said at this point, we don't have any indication of foul play, which I think that any rational person that's involved or invested in this should feel very confident in, like, okay, we're not looking at some heinous murder where a kid was mutilated and things like that. At least they can feel somewhat of relief that it wasn't a brutal murder. But there's still an investigation that needs to go on, and they're dedicated in finding out what happened to Nolan. And if it leads to a murder, they're going to let the public know, and people are going to be held accountable. So I don't know why people get so frustrated with these things if they're looking at it in a fair sense, where they're not going to give you everything. They can only give you so much, so they can actually give you a fair investigation. So at the end result, it can be, done in a fashion where they can present it to a grand jury.
Well, but, and it's a little in the weeds for people, but I do think it's important. So they're presenting evidence to a grand jury. The official word is, we don't have any proof of any foul play yet, but we are going to a grand jury. Now, as you and I know, and people,
I am not giving Officer Race Batum any type of credibility at all. Just let you know, this is a part of the news story. That's it. I do not agree with Race Batum Tatum. Let's just make that very clear.
People at home should know. Yes, the grand jury looks for the lowest level of proof, which is probable cause, but a prosecutor has to have a good faith belief that there is something to bring to the grand jury worth their time in order to go to one. So what are we supposed to think here, Brandon? Why are they going to a grand jury if there's nothing to see here?
Yeah, that's a great question. Basically, what I heard from authorities is that this is typical. Any case involving a mysterious death or where it's undetermined, they have to take all their evidence to a grand jury and present it to make sure that there's nothing afoot and they don't believe that other people who have been involved should be charged. So it's not an indictment to say that there's a crime occurred. It's typical for them to do this. It's routine. This is the process that every case that is not clearly determined that it wasn't a crime afoot, they have to bring all the evidence they have to the grand jury. And they do that for public trust. So so they can't go down and say, well, they did this for this case and not for this case. Every case involving a death that's undetermined in this fashion will be brought to a grand jury.
Due process cures a lot of ills. There's no question. Now, I wanted people to hear another soundbite because the pivotal moment is what happened when you left. Right? Why did the boys that Nolan came with, why did they leave with his phone? You address it with his friend, and here's one part of that conversation.
Nolan was sitting by the boat with that Katie girl, and my buddy yelled for Nolan, get on the boat. We're leaving, panicking. Nolan, get the F on the boat. Get on the boat. And Nolan said, no, I'm staying out here. I'm going to ride in with somebody else. And it's not uncommon to hear, but it's not like my buddy asked him one time. My buddy asked Nolan multiple times to get on the boat.
What's your read?
Well, it seemed very truthful. I did see text messages where others had confirmed that the young man on the boat had asked Nolan multiple times. So it was confirmed not only by his statement, it was confirmed by the other young boys that were there, confirmed by others on the boat. And I saw a text message from the Katie girl who indicated in a text that they did ask Nolan to get on the boat. So, and when I went out there and I was on, you know, they took me on a boat ride out there to see kind of what the environment was like. It does seem reasonable that when you have several hundred, even 1,000 people on the boat, several hundred boats out there, multiple friend groups. It wasn't just Nolan and 4 people. They actually, the group that was with Nolan was on multiple boats, and it was over 20, 30 people. So Nolan saying, look, I'm with a shorty right now. I'm about to hang out with her. I'm going to get on another boat as it comes in. I'm good. Because also they were in a rush to get out of there because their boat was sinking. So they had to get out of there early at 4:30, which is...
This is how I know that they hired Officer Race Batum Tatum just to try to gaslight the black community. Now, he knows good and well that black men are not getting ready to elect to stay behind for a girl on a remote island with no for sure way home and no keys. That is just crazy and ludicrous. But just to think that they can hire just because he has black skin and try to come out and be our voice, the voice of our people, talking about most people are not, most people don't care about racism. Why should we even have that in our mind? It's not because of us. We didn't do it. We didn't invent it. We don't project it. The shit is projected on us in every place that we go. If it's a restaurant, employment, police, park, we get profiled at malls, stores. What the hell is he talking about? What is he talking about? Complete craziness.
Is, you know, pretty much ruining the party. And I can see why Nolan didn't want to get on a boat. Nolan's phone wasn't the only phone left on the boat. There was at least 5 people that phone was left on the boat that did not return with that boat. And later, one of the kids, who was a black kid, his mother came and grabbed the phone and Nolan's phone after, you know, the incident had happened. So it wasn't uncommon that people would leave their phone on the boat in a haste of them potentially sinking.
But yesterday, guys, remember last night, if you were here, when we went back and we listened to the interview, Warren said that when they ran in, Nolan didn't ask for his phone. The last time I checked, the only person that can run on water is Jesus. And Nolan wasn't Jesus. So that tells me that they allegedly have made it back to the house that they left. Because how are you going to run in? Where are you running into? A house, an establishment, right? You couldn't run from the boat to the beach part, the sand. You couldn't run that. You had to wade. So he's lying. And I don't care what nobody says, he's lying. And I'm saying you lying, Warren. Take me to court. If you take me to court, you're going to have to answer to those damn lying ass statements you made, period.
Them leaving and eventually going to get Nolan his phone back. What wasn't too odd when the totality of circumstances were explained to me.
Brandon Tatum, I appreciate your take. It was very interesting to see you down there and to get this interview. I appreciate it, and we'll talk again.
All right, thanks for having me.
Nolan Wells, he's the 18-year-old whose death during a 4th of July boat trip to a remote Mississippi island is igniting nationwide debate. Jennifer, I want to take a moment to hear what Stephen A. Smith said about this case on Cuomo just a few days ago.
Listen, you're a dad. I'm a dad. We send our children out, and first of all, regardless of what ethnicity, regardless of what color we're talking about here, we send our children out, and you're the only one that doesn't come home alive. I'll be damned if the Chris Cuomo that I know doesn't want answers and doesn't expect answers. You know me, and I'm going to push for answers. So for no one to have answers as to what happens is when the suspicion elevates exponentially.
Seeing the video of Nolan is just so heartbreaking. He seems like such a happy kid. Now, the Daily Mail has identified a 19-year-old young woman who Nolan was last seen speaking to. Now, his friend said he chose to stay behind on Horn Island but with that woman. But the woman's sister is claiming that's not true. He was ready to get back on the boat that he came on. Are all these differing accounts and a lack of understanding concerning to you?
Well, I think two things can be true at once. It makes sense that he went off to see about a girl, as they say, and that they had conversation and that he decided to go back and be with friends. So I think it's more of a timing issue rather than something that is untrue on either end. I think both can be true at the same time.
Nolan's death is going to the Mississippi grand jury. The DA said something interesting, that the evidence will not be public until the grand jury reviews it first. The DA says this is to protect the integrity of the investigation and that the grand jury will ultimately decide if someone will be charged. Jennifer, do you believe someone could be charged in his death? Is this just an accident gone terribly wrong?
Well, with what we know, in other words, review of all the surveillance information we have, with actually getting to hear from one of the witnesses, one of his best friends that was there throughout the situation, listening to the calls that were made, the Coast Guard contact, as well as the riptide situation in that area. When you add it all together, what we see publicly seems to be an accident. Having said that, of course, there's going to be more information. 60 witnesses interviewed. I doubt if this, what we know, will come back with the truth.
Ma'am, I don't know who the we is that you're talking about that believes that what's been released publicly, we believe is an accident. Ma'am, who is we? Because you and I are not we together, because there's nothing that's been released, period. So I have no idea what this lady's even talking about.
All right. Hopefully the families, both families, get some answers. Jennifer Coffindaffer, thank you. I'll see you soon.
Now, it's been nearly a month since the body of a Black Mississippi teen, Nolan Wells, was found off the shore of Horn Island. Local authorities were quick to say they had no proof of foul play. But Nolan's parents felt the Black teen's mysterious death wasn't getting the full investigation it deserved. In the last few weeks, the case has dominated social media, dueling accusations of racism. Here's what one of the young men with Nolan that day had to say about race playing a part in this case.
His mom got on TV, as everybody has seen, and said that she didn't know me. And man, that can't be farthest from the truth. Me and her son went on trips together. We went to Florida for spring break together. You don't know me? I'm in all these homecoming and prom photos as our whole friend group.
Let's be clear. I saw 2 to 3 photos that you're in. And let's be clear. I'm pretty sure if you were Nolan's best friend, that Miss Christine and Mr. Wonsley would know who you are. Mr. Oaks, whatever you call it. What is it? Something Spring, Ocean Springs is going to stick together no matter what. Stop it.
Me and Nolan are standing next to each other. You don't know me. Him being the only Black person, minority, any of that measure is insane. Our friend group is diverse from the max. Like, we have a mixed guy. I mean, we had Nolan in our friend group. There's an Asian a part of our friend group. There's a Latino that they're trying to perceive as white. He's truly authentic Mexican. His parents are from Mexico.
Nolan's parents, Christine and Elmore Wonsley, join me now with counsel, Ben Crump. Thank you for joining us. I'm very sorry it's under these circumstances, but the job here is to give you a platform to keep people aware of your concerns. And Christine, I'll start with you. At this point, what is your biggest question about what's happening with this investigation?
It is really the same question that started it all, which is what happened to Nolan. That is the only question that we want answered. We just want to know what happened to our son. I know I personally, through my social media, also Attorney Ben and his team through their social media, that's been the big focus, just trying to make sure that everyone understands that at the end of the day, we would want what any parent would want, which is answers to find out what happened. Understood.
Elmore, you heard that kid Trace in the interview say that he was friends with Nolan and that you guys would know him. Do you know him? Do you recognize him?
No, I don't. Just because you park your vehicle in someone's yard.
And there you have it. Why would they lie about something like that? I don't even understand why grieving parents would lie about something like that. I know who's lying. It is the one that's sitting before us with his arms folded, protecting his space because he knows he's lying. Look it up. Look up the body language. This is a liar's position right here. Because he really can't stand himself at this very moment because he's not telling the truth. So what he's doing is he's reminding himself, I got you. I got you. Just go through the script. I got you. Very protective, very standoffish. People that tell the truth don't need to be in this type of position. Let's keep going. Body language. Stop playing with us.
Doesn't mean that they have to know you. Sounds more to me like he's more focused on getting people to know him and getting away from the fact that his so-called best friend is not here anymore. Everyone that they may have interviewed are at home. Our son isn't. Our son should be in college right now. We should be receiving phone calls from him about how his day went, but we can't. And we just want everybody to focus on what the real subject matter is.
Understood. Understood. One of the key aspects early on here, counsel, has been Nolan's phone. Originally, with why was it on the boat? Why was he separated from it? There are explanations about that. Was anything done to it? One of the friends responded to that suggestion. Let me play it for you and get your response.
None of us had a reason to go through Nolan's phone. I mean, there's multiple phones on the boat. Why would it be? And the boat was having issues. Why would our concern be getting on Nolan's phone or something? I mean, I don't even know Nolan's password. None of my friends do. We had no reason ever to get on Nolan's phone and look at anything. I didn't even touch Nolan's phone. None of us touched Nolan's phone until somebody took it off the boat and put it in White's truck, and then no one touched it until we handed it back, to the mom that was at my buddy's house.
Counsel, does that square?
Chris Como, Nolan is dead. We're going to dot every I. We're going to cross every T. We're going to look under every rock. His mother called his phone repeatedly with no answer. That raises questions. That's all we want to get to is answers. If this was your child, Chris Como, wouldn't you want to ask every question possible for everybody who was on Horn Island to say, did you see what happened to Nolan? What happened? Where was he at? And that's all they're asking, and people are attacking them for trying to get answers. Can you imagine that? She's getting attacked at her job. She's getting bad job reviews. She had never gotten any in her entire career. And now, since she's been going on TV saying, I want to get answers for my son, she's been attacked by sick individuals trying to, I guess, in some way discourage them from continuing to say his name and say that we won't let it be swept under the rug.
Family, let me ask you a question. Why is it that in our culture, people that look like me become victims, subject to numerous type of attacks from people that don't look like me? Why is it they are the ones that lost their son? Why have they become the grifters per the trolls? Subject of being attacked, bad reviews, putting in false claims to where the nursing board had to open up a claim and do an investigation against a woman who has never had a complaint against her. Why? Why do we have millions of bots every day on social media issuing threats, trying to stir the narrative, trying to say they just want money? I guarantee you that the Wonsleys would rather have 18-year-old Nolan Wells back in lieu of money. Got the cat. Let's keep going. This is almost done, but this is ridiculous.
I understand that.
I can't even mourn.
Obviously, that's why we're all together right now, right? Christine, I want to make sure that you have the opportunity to get these answers. Do you believe, or do you have any reason to believe, that this investigation is doing exactly what you want it to do?
Sure. Well, we know at the beginning they started out saying there was no foul play even before there was any investigation, Chris. So that was a concern to them at day one.
That was the trigger for why we felt we had to go this route, because it wasn't even hours after they had found his body where I'm watching on the news that the sheriff is saying likely an accidental drowning. We do not feel there's any foul play, but yet stories are not lining up. And so from there, that's why we're here now.
Elmore, again, I really don't know how you guys are holding it together and being able to stay focused. But I'm here for it as long as there is the need. When you look at this situation, what is your darkest concern that you just want to make sure isn't true?
I've already lived my darkest concern. We just want the truth. We just want someone to be brave enough to stand up and give us the truth. We can't grieve the way we need to because we're being disrespected. We're being called all kind of racist, bad parents. We were not raised like that, and we did not raise our children like that. So we just want the truth. Any parent would want that. Any father would want that.
Understood.
Mother.
Understood and true. And I know that we know one thing, and I know that this is not a time for solace, but there's one thing that has become constant in this story. You raised a beautiful young man who everybody sees exactly through that lens, that he was everything that you would want a son to have. And I have one just about that age. And everything I hear is exactly what you would want to hear, even in this young life. So God bless Nolan and his memory. And we will stay on this story and get the answers as soon as they can come. And if we can help in any way, that's why we're here. Counsel, thank you for making this happen. Christine, I mean it, we're a call away. And Elmore, I'm very impressed by your strength and your focus in this.
Okay. So family, what do you think, Bang? What do you think? I mean, Mr. Wonsley can barely even talk. That's how much he's grieving. He can barely even get the words, to form the words to tell the world how he's feeling, because it's like what they're going through is unbelievable. Like they can't even grieve. I can't believe what I'm seeing. It's crazy work. Let's read some comments and then we'll get to our next clip. Let's have a little conversation about it. Archangel Michael says, no lungs, no neck, no justice. Unfortunately, that's the truth. That's what we have right now. We have no lungs, no leg, no neck, and they have not received their justice, but we're fighting for it. We will continue to say his name. You will not scare us, Sarah, and whoever else with high-powered Lord. Let me show you this clip real quick, because see, that has pissed me off. And who is Jason Whitlock? Who is he? I wouldn't even give anybody like this, whose agenda is to scare people from asking questions about justice for a young black kid, I wouldn't give him a platform to do this. But here we are. Listen to this.
What these young men and their families, just update on terms of what these young men and their families have organized in terms of fighting back here.
Yes. So we're actually really excited to announce that, and I'm gonna read this off for you. According to attorney Tyler Cox, which that's who I've been communicating with, and as well as the families, and he is the lawyer for the three boys. That would be Jax, Warren, and Morgan. As you know, have been, relentlessly targeted. And now, due to all of the support that they have received and the continuous fundraising, and hopefully we will be able to fundraise more, they have tapped into one of the nation's most accomplished defamation attorneys, Edward Andrew Paltzik. That is big. This is not just another attorney.
That is big. So is that bigger than Nolan Wells? Is that bigger than an 18-year-old African-American kid losing his life? Is that bigger than parents burying their child who only asked one simple question? What happened to their child? Are you kidding me? Are you talking about grifting? This is grifting. This is grifting. Period.
He has represented Donald Trump in multiple nationally watched defamation and media matters, including litigation against CBS, Paramount, New York Times, and the BBC. He's also built a national reputation handling complex and high-profile litigation involving defamation and media law, the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, white-collar criminal defense, constitutional litigation, and other high-stake matters. He is one of the leading practitioners in defamation and media law. He also teaches white-collar crime at St. Thomas University College of Law, and he's pioneered the emerging practice area of combating AI-related abuse and defamation. There's so much more, and I have a post that I think I might have already.
Okay, so there's that. I mean, seriously. Instead of the parents of these kids making their kids give their statements, they lawyer up, become victims, open up a GoToSend account that was at 100,000 and now is at 200,000 for their what? Defense. Well, they might need a defense, but not the type of defense they think they need. I mean, is that really why they're doing it? And then Warren's father offers a $50,000 reward. If you ain't got 50, why you go send me 50,000? What's going on here? Because you popped your shit and you offered the reward like you had it, but then a couple of days later, go send me to account. Y'all, this is diabolical. All of this is diabolical. Every piece of it. When I tell you this is a spiritual battle, and we got to pray, and we got to keep saying his name, and we got to keep speaking justice to override the BS that they putting in the atmosphere. There is spiritual wickedness in high places, and the only way we're going to win this battle is if every last one of us tap into the spirit realm and get it done. That's all I got to say. Now they're still trying to get on our young sister, our brilliant queen, Jeanette Brantley. But shout out to Don Lemon, who gave her his platform today. So we're going to take a look at the interview. Did I even read any comments? Hold on. If he drowned, then show the proof. Amen, J-Bo. Calling this the next Emmett Till is wild. Okay. I shouldn't have clicked on yours. And Kawana Maxey says, shut that shit down and no more going for me for the I agree. L. White says corrupt edit speaks. Those other teens think they're going to get away with this unaliving. I agree. I mean, because that's what history has proven. But I don't know about nobody else, but I believe God. I believe God's report. I believe God. And that's what's going to break this case. Faith. Period. So let's get into this clip of watching our good queen, Miss Janetta Brantley, on the 5 o'clock Hot Topics with Don Lemon. And I know all of us don't like Don Lemon. Listen, I'm not a fan of a lot of people that I played tonight, but when it comes to Nolan's name, I'm not even gonna lie. I'll put all that aside and I'm gonna watch whoever's talking about justice for this kid. Period.
Have anybody on who's against him? But I don't think people who are against him, if you can be that in this situation, which would be really odd if you're against someone who, died. But people are going to get hurt. Let me know where you're streaming from. Make sure you hit the like and a thumbs up. And thank you for the floating hearts and all the special emojis. I appreciate that. And thank you for your generosity. Okay, so and I'm glad you like the hat. Go to donlemon.com if you like this hat. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. So good evening, Lemon Nation. Like and thumbs up, very important. It affects the algorithm. More people become aware of our conversation on our channel. So welcome Chicago, welcome Minneapolis, welcome Milwaukee, welcome Indianapolis, in Philly and Indiana and Pensacola and everyone, okay?
Speed this up.
So I'm going to introduce you to
here we go.
The audio technician or the audio engineer. Remember the person who enhanced the audio, that's what you want to call it. But she and made the audio so we could at least understand some of what is happening. And then she gave her analysis. And she said very clearly, mine is not the only interpretation. There should be others. She welcomes others, but apparently people did not understand that. So I'm going to let you listen to her, what she says, and then we're going to bring her on. Her name is Janetta Brantley. But here's what she originally said when she did the enhancement and released the video.
You'll also notice time code and dialogue written on the side of the screen and pop up during each segment. That dialogue represents what I personally hear as an audio engineer while processing and repeatedly reviewing these sections. I'm pretty much providing it as a listening reference, not as a declaration that my interpretation is the only possible interpretation. And that's important. I want you to listen for yourself, use headphones if you have them, listen closely and decide with your own ears what you believe is being said. You can also return to the original unprocessed recording and compare directly with what you're hearing here.
Okay, so after she put that out, saying that, I want to play it in order because she said it before you even listen to the video. And I'm going to tell you what's happening to her after this. But this is part of what the audio, this is the audio that, well, not part of it. This is the audio that she released, her version.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
Okay, so then that was her, right? That's what she did, and we can understand what they're saying. It's been what they said when they knew Cito had picked up the call. Everyone could hear that very clearly. But the other thing is, again, she enhanced it. Now, because of this, she is getting threats. Her well-being, her safety threatened. Possibly, if you listen, we're going to play, one of the threats at least.
Wait. Did he just say that she's getting threatened? Where's the arrest? Where's the arrest towards her? You made 3 arrests on the behest of Judge Ashley Cole. Where is the arrest that is related to the threats that are given to the Wonsleys? And now, Janetta Brantley, where are they arrested? This is diabolical, man. I'm pissed.
And maybe her life is in danger. I don't know. I don't want to make that call, but I'm going to let you listen to it. So I'm going to bring in now professional audio engineer Janetta Brantley. Thank you for joining us, Janetta.
Thank you for
Do
having
we
me.
call you Netta?
You can call me Netta.
Netta. Thank you. So, how are you doing?
I'm okay. Taking it one step at a time.
Yeah. You have gotten threats.
Yes. A lot.
Oh, and by the way, I want to say that Janetta or Netta is going to take your phone call. So we're going to open up the phone lines, and then you can ask her questions about the audio, about her process, about what she's going through, all of it. She's agreed to take phone calls or questions and comments. So opening up the phone lines if you are ready. Okay. So you got threats. Tell me the process. What happened?
After I released it, I honestly didn't think it was going to go as far and viral as it did, but not even 24, 32 hours later, I start receiving an influx of messages, and they were from people just kind of giving me a heads up, like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but there's a lady online who's trying to defame you. She's trying to slander you. She's posting mugshots and she's, going above and beyond to try and discredit you and your profession. And with those messages came screenshots. I'm not following her, but I was seeing everything because, like I said, the messages were coming in left and right. And then when I clicked on them, I could literally see a woman by the name of Sarah J. Fields. She literally put all of my information out there, including my wife and I's business. And that was her way of trying to expose me, I should say. None of what she said was accurate, which is what made it funny to me. And so I addressed it then. I made a post addressing it, like, I'm only going to address this one time because I feel like it's irrelevant. Like, my past, my background, which is that was 20 years old, has nothing to do with who I am today and my profession, nor does it discredit me as an audio engineer. So I did make a post, addressing that, letting it be known that, I see it to everybody that was reaching out to me, but it's irrelevant. This is what it is, and this is what we should be focused on. And ever since, the attacks from her have been consistent and nonstop. It's like every time I or my wife Ashley makes a post, I'm not sure if it's her or it's people that's on her team, but they're screenshotting it, they're sending it to her, and then she's making further posts about it. And with that has come threats, doxing, misinformation, lies, like we're operating this business illegally, or I'm not a certified licensed audio engineer. Mind you, you don't need a license to be an audio engineer, but it's things like that that's further building up, and it's like inciting and making the hate and racist attacks that we're receiving even worse. And that led to the call, like a screen grab of a conversation that was being had that was sent to us. And that's when we were like, this is going too far. But
let me ask you this, Netta. Thank you for answering that. Let me ask you. So she's trying to sully your reputation about something that's not even relevant. Is that what I'm understanding? You said something that's not relevant is 20 years in your past. Is that what this is like opera research on a candidate or something that they're doing with you?
That, and then I think she also got me mixed up with someone else because she then started making up an entire story. Mind you, I don't know her. I've never met her. She made up an entire story that I attacked her and her children. I can't even remember what it was. Hopefully I sent you guys one of those screenshots, but I literally think, and I was told that she got me confused with someone else. And so with that confusion and her putting out there that I attacked her and her children came even more hate. Like, now they're trying to say that I'm attacking children where she's trying to protect children. Like, her job is to protect children. So I don't know. It's like a whole lot of nonsense that literally has nothing to do with me and what I did. And it's weird.
Okay. Let's start from the beginning. And Andy, put up the first. Is this the first thing that we were?
Yes.
This is the first thing. Okay. And so this is Sarah J. Fields. Now, I've never heard of Sarah J. Fields. You have heard of her, correct? Or you didn't know who she was?
I've never met her. I've only heard of her past dealings with other content creators and activists.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So it says, meet Janetta Brantley, the self-proclaimed audio engineer who took a raw boat distress call and enhanced it until people started hearing phrases like, you killed him and Nolan, wake up. So when she's saying here that you enhanced it until people started hearing phrases, to me, in my opinion, this sounds like someone who is saying that you are making things up, that you are somehow doctoring this to make people hear that. She said, the raw boat distress call and enhanced in quotes, until people started hearing phrases like, okay, we know what the insinuation is for there, again, in my opinion. She also repeatedly accused Nolan Wells' friends of unaliving him, and his publicly called for their arrests. Did you do that?
I did not.
Okay, her self-edited audio has now taken the internet by storm and has essentially become a dog whistle for people who were already targeting and harassing Nolan's young friends. So everything that's happening around these children, around these teenagers, young men, she's trying to blame you on all of the things that's happening to them, maybe threats and all of that.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. So, and then she goes on, she starts talking about your wife and she starts doing this. Okay, and so this is someone who has a history of doing this, I would imagine. Again, I've never heard of this person. I haven't heard a lot of these far right-wing people, I have to be honest with you, Netta, until I started doing streaming and I started realizing like, can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I started realizing who some of these people are, and I can't believe that people take them seriously. So this happened. And then the next thing, I think there's a next screen here, right? First of all, before we go to the next thing, what do you think about what she said there?
I don't know. I wasn't expecting it. And so I didn't know how to feel about it. I just thought it was strange how somebody that I don't know would come out of nowhere trying to accuse me of doing things that I hadn't done. Like nowhere in that video, when I put out that audio, did I blame anyone? Nowhere in that video did I admit to doctoring anything. Like I gave my professional opinion. I said who I am, what I did, how I did it, why I chose not to go the AI route, and basically communicating that there's some concern here with what I heard. Now, understanding that, my interpretation isn't facts. This is what I heard. I want you to listen and be the judge. That her post completely, it's almost like she tried to void what I said and created her own narrative. And I didn't think that her creating her.
That is exactly what Sarah did. Okay. So I might be next in her parade or whatever, but who cares at this point? I don't give a goddamn. And I didn't say God, G-O-D, I said God to damn, okay? I don't, because she's a bully. A cyber bully, an internet thug, if you will. She won't say none of that shit to nobody's face, right? Mm-hmm. Right. But she'll get on the internet and put everybody's shit out, and then hide behind a defamation lawsuit, like that's gonna protect you or something, ma'am. It won't. I'm just saying. I don't threaten, and I'm not gonna respond with telling your background. Actually, probably won't respond at all if you ever talk about me, because that's not what I do. I don't have a need to defend myself against any accusation. I see your play. You were hired, just like you were with the Carmelo Anthony, as a troll. And that's how I see this woman. She is a complete, disgusting troll. What do you think, bro? Welcome, my brother. Welcome to the
Respect.
I am so sorry if I was rude, but welcome.
Not at all. Nah, look, all passion is permitted. It must be. That's how you know you're living. This is the fact that this is more evasiveness, right? This case has received the most amount of evasiveness that we could ever, observe. They're trying to be so evasive. And when she first, it's no different than when any of y'all, you go to a professional and they prompt you for what it is that you're about to observe, what their intention was. Like, she laid it out scientifically.
I agree.
And she's a professional. So that's what makes her credible, right? For her to put up the fight, this chick is only putting up the fight. Fuck. Y'all don't understand when y'all fighting for whiteness.
Right.
It's so clear when y'all fighting for whiteness. We're talking about the power dynamic of it, not just skin color. Y'all say that skin color, try to play it off, whatever. But for a lot of y'all, it's that power dynamic, and that's that's what they're protecting.
Right.
It's not really a race thing,
right?
Because if they got away with it and everybody was like, all right, then right up under the rug, then I'm saying it's whatever. But they're playing that white thing up, and it's like, well, no, you're looking to protect something other than that,
right?
And you're willing
to
put it's power, because
it is power.
This judge is involved. Someone's parent works for the feds or the FBI. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, there's a lot involved with this. And so, but for us to look into it as citizens, that's wrong.
And why is that? Why do they think that just because we're asking questions and we want to know what happened to 18-year-old Nolan Wells, and we are questioning why justice is not equal just because of the color of our skin, why is it always a race thing? They try to flip the script on us to make it seem like we're the racists.
Right. But
we're not the racists. Go ahead.
They got to hold up that framework. Our particular views, our type of microscope, it exposes so much more than what their timing tells them that they're supposed to expose or let be known. We have is everything is quantized with us. Everything is so, if that's why they initially said, no, it looks like no foul play. That's like, all right, well, look, it was already suspect from the jump though. So now let's say there's no foul play. All right. Now you have to obliterate those suspicions, because just saying no foul play doesn't obliterate those earlier suspicions that everybody was like, wait a minute. Everybody, it wasn't just black people. Everybody
right.
came across.
I've always said there are white. It's not really okay, let me say it right. There are white people who understand our oppression. Yeah. There are some white people that join our fight. So I totally get it. Not just black people were asking the questions. Other races, yes, we're like,
it was so suspect.
Yeah, like, and they still are. They're like, what the hell is going on here? It doesn't make sense.
If another person of a different ethnicity was the victim, it would have been just a suspect.
Just a suspect.
Just a suspect.
Brother, if the roles were reversed,
just
everybody on that boat actually would be past the suspect. They'd be in prison right now.
Ain't no.
Straight to jail. Straight to jail.
Yeah, nobody. 4 black people and four rich black people.
Clank.
Or connected to rich black people, right? And one pilgrim dies amongst them. No one is going home that night.
Exactly.
You don't go home. You don't get to call nobody. Hey, let me. You might can lure up or whatever, but you're not going home.
You're gonna get bologna sandwich with stale bread and molded cheese for dinner that night, and we know that. We know that, right? But we're wrong for asking questions. And now this is a scare tactic right here. The Sarah Fields woman that's out here, and this high power lawyer. Oh, Trump's prominent, a high power lawyer. They've retained this attorney. Nobody's scared. I'm at the point where I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I just don't care, because we're tired. I mean,
sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah, it was so close to the railroading of Carmelo Anthony, who isn't tired, right? You didn't even give us time to breathe.
Yeah. Nope.
All right, so I'm gonna push play because we're talking, but it's all good. It's a good conversation. Let's get through this, okay?
That's right.
All right.
Her own narrative would go as far as it's gone to incite the type of threats and hate that I've been receiving.
Well, it's you said it's almost as if she ignored. She did ignore, because I just played what you said. You said, and then before that though, which I didn't play because I think that your video is like 5 minutes long, is that you explained exactly what you did.
Correct.
And you said you didn't want it to go through AI because you wanted it to be as natural as possible.
Correct.
And then you explained it, and then you said, but I want you to know, this is not fact. I'm paraphrasing here. This is not fact, and this is my interpretation, right?
Correct.
And then as I understand, you went back and you put it back, you uploaded another video, posted another video without the words on it, right? So because you did not want to influence people, you said, okay. And then, but also in that you said, I want you to listen for yourself. Listen in headphones. You tell me. So that's why I don't understand this. And then going into your business and your past and whatever that means. And look, something that says something that you pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor. Okay.
So what the
okay. I don't look.
Listen.
Okay.
I mean everything. I mean they literally trying everything to shut everybody up. Hey, audience, can you go to jail for defamation of character? Can you go to jail?
I think you can.
If you can't go to jail, I don't
get a
give
hell
a
of a fine.
goddamn. I'm just saying, I don't care. If I can't go to prison, it's on and popping. I'm just saying. Let's go. Because what you gonna put a lien on my blood? I ain't got shit for you to put a lien on, so it's on and popping. I can't even get a super chat. So with that being said, I got nothing. Okay. So it is when you got nothing to lose, baby. I don't care, Miss Fields. I don't care. Damn it, Bart. Is what I said. Warren said it, is what he said. Nolan don't die is what I heard. And justice for Nolan Wells is what we're gonna get. So let's keep going.
True.
Okay, but even if it were true, what does that have to do with this? What does that have to do with you being a professional?
Exactly. And that's why I think that introductory post of hers was a setup from the jump. She was literally trying to set up the initial attack on me and my wife, because she included my wife in that post as well. And so when my wife got wind of it and she saw that this was happening, she immediately jumped in. She immediately got involved, because not only are you attacking me, you're attacking us both. And my wife steps behind me. I'll just leave it at that.
Your wife is 10 toes down.
10 toes. If she had 20, she'd be 20 toes down.
God. Oh my God. Oh, this is crazy. Okay, so let's look at the next one.
Wait, go back to that one. Go back to that one.
Okay.
Go back to
So then she says, blah, 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 business website raising obvious questions about whether the business is.
To a comment?
Go back to Carl. Yeah, Carl Garrett. Yo, if that ain't 100 right there.
It is 100, because we would never leave who we came with, right? There's no way. It's not in our culture at all. Same thing. I've taught this for months, almost a year, that even when it comes down to Kendra Johnson, are you familiar with Kendra Johnson?
We don't go start into YouTube. Here's my start into YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. So you will agree that we are not getting ready to go head first into a mat willingly, right? We were taught to run from danger, not go into dangerous situations. See, we don't go scuba diving.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is on the stage? Yeah, Lanier. It didn't connect, but we don't go into those type of situations. We don't put ourselves in those type of situations.
No, not
and we
at all.
don't put others into.
But see, that's a cultural dynamic that's not permitted to weigh in how they weigh things, because the system is not as objective or non-biased as people purported it is, or as it try to present itself as. It's like, again, it's more white. You know, so and usually when we're involved, for some reason, when we're involved, and they're the ones at the helm, we're gonna have to take a loss every time.
I agree.
I don't think there's none in their power dynamic that operates within the system that's supposed to be operating as objectively as it does for pretty much everybody else in the world who able to interact with it. They don't. Nah, they can't be biased against us. It's something personal with these people and our people, and it ain't our people making it that personal.
I mean, I agree 1000%. I do. So we have Lanier on the stage. What's your angle here, sir or ma'am? You don't have a profile picture.
Good evening. How y'all doing this evening?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine and blessed and highly favored.
Good. How can
Well,
what you got for us?
my whole take on this situation, like, I'm a moderator on another platform, but and I do a lot of research. Now I'm looking at the specifics of the from July 4th all the way up to the 6th. Okay. I do what you call a clean sweep of the day before and the day of the discovery. On that particular day, the winds, the tides, and the currents was very, very low. Okay. That evening, you had the Marine Patrol that was actually doing inspections on certain boats out there at that time on July 4th. They was doing a patrol of 112 miles of Horn Island. That means on the front side and the back side.
Right.
Okay. Now, on that particular day, that evening, when they supposed to have left at 4 p.m., what you actually see is, I'm not going to say his name, but we're going to say Art.
Now I'm gonna say Bart. You can say Art.
Okay, well, Bart. We actually know he hooked when they called for the towing company. How did the owner of the boat get in contact with the captain before the dispatcher was talking to the young man on the phone?
Brother. Come on, brother. How Grandpa called? I'm just saying.
So at that particular time, it's like me calling my cousin, but my aunt called him first, and then I get a call from my cousin, and then my aunt called me. How do I, and she said, well, your cousin called me. Right. Well, wait a minute. How you know about it? And I talked to him first before you called me.
That's right.
So what they say is flies in the ointment. We just got to figure out who left the top off.
That's right. Ooh. That's right. And let me tell y'all something, my people. Do me a favor. Please do not have no fear in your heart. Because see, the Bible says, and I know that you guys may not believe what I believe. It says, God has not given you the spirit of fear, but he has given you the spirit of power and of love and a sound mind. Fear is the reciprocal of faith. It is the exact opposite. It is the devil's form of faith, right? So it is important that I don't care what they throwing at us. I don't care what she's saying. I don't care about a goddamn attorney. I don't care about nothing. Do everything you need to do to stand in faith and not in fear, and we will win. Period. There you go.
And a little bit of ferocity.
You know how Brother Rogue is in that too.
And I'm gonna give y'all something else a lot of people didn't really realize. See, what that young lady did as far as the technology of being a sound engineer is that everybody that's good at their craft or their profession are being used in certain positions at their job.
Right.
I'm gonna give you a little tidbit. I don't know if you remember the movie Blowout with John Travolta.
I do not, but go ahead.
A sound engineer where he accidentally recorded an assassination plan to knock somebody off, and he didn't know he recorded it because he was doing something else.
Right. Okay.
And if you look at that movie, how he broke it down and separated the sounds from this sound and this voice from this voice, and he got the whole plan on tape.
Right. Gotcha.
So I tell people it's not always what we see is what we hear. And it ain't always what we hear is what we can see.
Let me tell you something. It wasn't nothing but God, okay, that allowed that to be said on that tape. Now that's why they mad. You see, they thought they were slick. They didn't realize that once you call the number, it automatically starts recording.
Exactly.
They thought that once the answer, that's why he was like, shut up, shut the F up. He heard Wyatt, and I don't know why people keep thinking that Warren called. Warren said it was Wyatt that called. They heard Wyatt say, and he went on a conversation. Then this one you heard, shut up, shut the F up, because they didn't realize that the conversation prior to Wyatt started talking was being recorded. And that is what this young lady picked up. That is what she cleaned up. That is why you hear the whole music in the beginning of the phone call prior to her sound, erasing the sound or lowering the sound, not enhancing our AI.
Right. And you know what? She told you exactly what she did. She broke it down. Meaning that if you get the audio, the original audio, and you utilize that method that she conveyed, that she utilized, you should get similar results. That she was putting it out there, saying that, look, check my work like a professional.
Yep.
Well, DJ told me something a long time ago, right? And my brother also had told me this. He said when you buy, like when my brother was in the military, he bought a sound system in Germany, a Technique. This Technique stereo had, them big old speakers, right? Yeah. He said, bro, what do you hear? He played the song. He said, what do you hear? I said, I hear music. He said, no, what do you hear? I said, I hear music. I hear them singing and I hear the instruments. He said, you know what you do? You hear the music and the speakers, but the instrument is not coming out. The instruments aren't coming out of the same speakers, and the voice is not coming out the same speakers. Right. He said the instruments is coming out the right side, and the voices is coming out the left side. And what it's doing is all in one area where you thinking you hearing the music together evenly, but you're not.
Yep.
And then that made me think about being an engineer. Far as I done been in plenty of music studios where I seen my homeboys break the music down where you can get something but the tap, 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 and then you might get the bass, 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 and he could take the bass out and all you hear is the tap, tap, tap. But it's all about what your ears hear and your eyes see.
Right.
Because what they're trying to do is pull smoke and mirrors on us by the kids not knowing anything. But when you're in a social privileged circle, you're going to get the best quality secrecy you can get.
Right.
Because I'm going to tell you what happened. They made that phone call to one of their parents and told them that something happened. And that parent said, okay, just get the boat back. Be quiet. Don't nobody say anything and we'll figure it out.
I agree.
No, I thought he drowned. Look, if somebody drowned around me, I will be able to say this person drowned. Yeah, I wouldn't have nothing to cover up. I wouldn't have nothing to hide.
And even if it was an accident, if it was a freak accident, you should have came forward. Now look at the hole you digging yourself by lying and keeping it to yourself.
They don't even, but that's the whole part, dog. Like they don't even think that they doing that. They actually believe they BS that much and expect everybody else to every generation.
I agree.
It's one person that I'm trying to figure out who it is. I'm trying to find out this one person. I keep seeing his face, and I noticed it the first time I seen his face when they was in the pool. Do any of y'all remember the guy that was standing in the pool with the big eyes, looked like he a whole grown man with the tattoo of the shaved USA in his chest?
I remember that photo. Yes.
Don't you know they in a swimming pool and he's standing in the group that's closest to the camera to the left.
Okay.
He look like he got a beard. He got a beard and he got a hairy chest, but he has USA shaved in his chest. He is the same one. He is one of the ones that's on the boat. Then when the narrative was this, when it first happened. Yeah, the young man called on the phone and said, hey, yeah, they know him for using certain substances and this, that, and the third, and they all be using it.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So you don't know if he involved.
You're right. So if you guys don't mind, let's get back. Just finish watching this, and we
Please.
get right back into the conversation. Okay?
That's
Is it
right.
Lanier?
Yeah, you got it right. The name, you said it correctly.
All right, cool. So let's continue watching our queen here, our black queen, our genius, our brilliant queen that they don't like, but we're gonna keep saying she's brilliant and is and beautiful and is. And let's get back watching this, okay? And then we'll get back into the conversation if you don't mind.
Properly authorized. And then she goes talking about you and what you did. And then she's talking about a case against you and something about Popeye's fried chicken and blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, this is a person. Let me make this bigger because I can see. The internet racists and activists have chosen to trust while accusing grieving teenagers of murder based on an edited audio file that she created. So she's saying that you edited it. Then you created this yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's been her story that she's convinced of.
You know what?
A lot of other people.
She's gonna have to prove that in the court of law. If she sues her, she's gonna have to prove that. So bring it. Let's go.
But the thing is, the proof is in the proof is in what she provided, and also with her premise that she presented before, you know what I'm saying, her product.
Like
she was completely professional. That was the thing that made her stand out was her professionalism. She treated it as if it was a contract.
Sure did.
And she did that from the heart. And any of y'all going against her, y'all crazy because you can't stand up against her work.
Right. And whoever tries to sue her is going to have to prove that she did what they're claiming, and they can't prove that.
Well, I like the fact that it's going this far because it's not helping the case.
It's not
helping. It's not helping none of that earlier stuff that anybody suspected.
I agree, 1,000%. It's not going to go the way they think it's going to go.
Nope.
All right, let's keep going.
Added 20 additional seconds to it. I AI'd the voices that we hear. It's been a lot that she's influenced. Like she created these lies, and it's literally had the biggest influence I've ever seen. It's insane.
Now, I know that you get all kinds on the internet. That I think you realize that you get all kinds on the internet. But I have not personally heard or seen anyone, especially in legitimate media, legitimate streamers, legitimate independent media, independent journalists, accuse these young men of murder, of unaliving him. They're saying it's suspicious. They don't know what's going on. Even people who are, who claim that they're friends with the family, they say they think something is suspicious and something happened. But I haven't heard anyone flat out say any of those terms. Before people continue spreading accusations that have targeted innocent young adults. Now, we don't know. I say innocent until proven guilty, but we don't know who's innocent and who's guilty. So the fact that she's saying targeted innocent young adults, she's already been judge and jury about it. They should consider the credibility of the person who manufactured the audio and started this latest wave of online harassment. Okay, she says, as usual, I come with receipts. I'm just reading this as someone who's really not that familiar with it. I did my research before, but I can't quite understand why someone would be so invested in this, and also invested in defending people that you just don't know. You can have your feeling about it. I don't know.
They're white.
Exactly.
I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's accidental. I don't know if there's foul play. I have no idea. So I'm not going to defend anyone, except I'm going to defend the mother who wants answers, of course, which is what this person should be doing. I'm going to defend the right to find those answers, to make sure that the decedent or the person who has died gets justice, or gets, at least their family knows. Yeah, of course. I'm not going to blame the victim.
Yeah.
Nolan Wells is a victim here. Whether Nolan Wells drowned or whatever happened, if something happened to them, somebody caused his death or something caused his death, he's still the victim here. He's the one that didn't go home to his parents.
Pause it right there, sis. Pause it
and
right
his parents and the American people just
go ahead.
That's the objective point right there.
Okay.
He's the victim. His family, they're the victim.
But somehow they're trying to make themselves the victim.
I mean, well, think about it like this. Think about them showing up to the funeral with this kind of energy.
Right.
This online stuff, you know what I'm saying? I think it makes people try to be something that they really ain't.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And for them to go I couldn't imagine trying to go. Hold on, let me put my camera on because, you know, fam, y'all can't smell my cologne. You at least finna see the visage. You feel me?
Come on, man. Come on, brother. Come on, brother.
To go at a people who lost their family member, their loved one.
Yeah.
Where is the objective empathy, the humanity that pulls from all of us to be like, sorry for your loss.
Right.
They got to put up. They got to put up with people trying to threaten them because they're trying to figure out what happened with the suspect, with all these suspect factors in the death of their son. The thing is and this is the thing. You got all these, and this is what always happen. You got all these white people showing up on some white shit.
It's crazy.
Well, it's crazy, but the thing is that shows how programmed they are of their own goddamn, you know what I'm saying, social conditioning. It absolves them of being able to extend some supposed to be objective, humane empathy.
Yeah. I feel you. 1000%. It's instilled within them. It's taught to them. I don't understand it. And it's kind of hard for me to understand it because I don't harbor that. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. That's why I say it's crazy. It's crazy to me because I can't even fathom having.
Hey, I'm damn near a black supremacist, and I can still have empathy.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying, for a white person, you know what I'm saying, going through some ill shit. You feel me? What the fuck?
There you have it. There you have it.
You know,
that's why his name is Roguish.
You know, it's funny. It's funny he said that because you heard what Warren said, right? When he was sitting there talking to Coon Booger. It killed me not to be able to go to my friend's funeral. Okay, brother, if you really wanted to go to his funeral, all you had to do was have somebody get in contact with Warren's parents. If you felt that strongly to want to go, and your friends or his so-called friends to have a private viewing, y'all be in and out.
I agree.
Whenever they're a person that's in prison and they want to be able to go see that loved one, they make arrangements to have security to take him to go view that loved one's remains, and they in and out privately.
Yeah,
you could have had a private viewing if that was your brother and your best friend since y'all was kids. But make it make sense. But then I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you,
your diaper buddy. That's what they called back in the day. Your diaper buddy, homie. The people who you grew up with. Look, I ain't got nobody I'm connected to in elementary, homie. These are people he was connected to in at least maybe, you know what I'm saying, late elementary, if not middle school.
Yep. And you know another thing, it was strategically set up for them to do them interviews, right? Did you notice where Coon Booger number 1 was sitting and where the young men were sitting?
Wait a minute though. Coon Booker number 1.
Coon Booger.
Yeah, and the Coon Booger number 2 is the one that's working with the other Coon. The other Coon Booger.
Wait a minute, that's a new one, and I love it because that's exactly what's going on.
Well, see, I ain't want to say his whole name, old Bubba James Ruckus. But the second Coon Booger is the one that's working with Metcalf Daddy.
I know.
Who's that?
Yeah, Jeff Metcalf.
I know, but who's that? I don't know which the black person is.
I can't think of his name. He wears a cowboy hat. Black dude wear a cowboy hat, and he's working with Metcalf. Talking about they became friends. He done stayed at his house, ate dinner with him. But that's another show.
I think I've seen that clip before.
Hey, I don't want all unless you as a country motherfucker. You feel me? North Tulsa, Oklahoma. What to do? I don't want y'all to think all cowboys is on some, you know what I'm saying, MAGA shit or white boy style of Republican shit. All right, then.
Okay.
Motherfucker might be Republican, but we ain't on that white boy shit because the motherfuckers, you know, they're a little bit ill with it. And they want you to be a mascot as opposed to a fellow Republican about the Republic.
That's the play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But strategically, how they set their interviews up is because they had Coon Booger #1 facing the camera, and they had the young men off to the side. When you're doing interviews, you put the person directly in front of the camera so we can see his face straight on, not from the side, because your facial expressions and your body language tells a lot. And they didn't want us to. They didn't want us to see that, but they also wanted to keep his attorney and his coaches out of the interview range.
Yes, yes. The body language tells it all, and we all saw Trey Station's body language. So yeah, you are spot on, brother. You are spot on with that. Okay, so let's finish watching. Hold on a second. Our good sister, and let's get back and we can continue the conversation, okay? All right.
Deserve answers. He deserves answers and justice. And so I'm not going to, I don't think anyone who is any degree of professionalism would claim something like that and then defend people that they don't know if they're innocent or guilty. Now, I'm going to show you some of the dangers of the internet and what people are saying, Janetta. I'm going to let the audience hear, but first I need to get a word in from our sponsors. Hey, can I ask you a question? Have you ever something like this? Make a medicament 5, all right? A mistake, okay? Call chapter. It's 0855, all right? I just want to make that clarification. 0855. Okay, sometimes I need a new prescription on my glasses. All right, so we're back now with Janetta Brantley, who is a professional audio engineer. She is the engineer who released the audio that enhanced so that you could hear whatever it is that you hear, according to her, on the audio. She has been getting threats. We're talking about that. So the next order of business, Andy, what is the next in the succession here? Is this? So we have that, right? She said, I usually come with receipts. And then after that, the next thing is this, right? What is this, Netta?
That's her montage or collage or whatever of me with the initial video and then my 2 mugshots. So her way of trying to out me and or embarrass me, I assume.
Are you embarrassed by this?
I'm not. Not at all.
Yeah. And look, everyone, we don't all have the finest moments every single day, right? And so look, whatever your past is your past. I don't see what it has anything to do with this. Okay, and then next in succession is what?
That's so my wife, she put out a video clip this morning or last night of the conversation that we received with Sarah on a call with a few other people, and they were just discussing some hateful things and suggestions. And when Ash put that up, Sarah, per usual form, took a screenshot of it or received a screenshot of it to try and combat and or intimidate. I don't know what her method is, but that's her sharing what my wife had uploaded in regards to that actual conversation that they were having.
Okay, so they were having a conversation around you.
Yes.
And what they wanted to happen to you. And so listen to this clip of Sarah Fields and her supporters. So is this her supporters? Is that her?
Yes, that's her in the corner.
That's her in the corner. But so this was on what? Was this on X or something, or X or Twitter Spaces or something like that? What was
X.
this?
Yes, X.
Okay. So according to the wife, this was on X, and according to her, can you go back to that, Andy? I just want to read the bottom part of that. Listeners, listen to this clip of advice. People supporting someone caught within a multitude of lies. I find it ironic that they think we should have our
that's her in the
cut out
corner.
theoretically. I'm certain they wouldn't want to be threatened that way. These people are bottom of the barrel twisted, having the audacity to project everything that they are onto other people. Okay, so that's your wife put that out. And the reason she put that out was because of this. Listen.
Everything we're seeing and experiencing with Sarah is just motivating me more to go harder. I sincerely believe that no one should be able to utilize that platform to spew hate, division, incite harassment, doxing, and other forms of harm. Everything that Sarah is, everything that the people like her are, they're projecting onto innocent, good people. And I want to share something. Tell me what you think.
You know, I understand like media needing some protections, like against frivolous shit, but when you come out with some straight up just lies, I think they should just like essentially, you know, theoretically cut out your fucking tongue. Just saying. If you're constantly caught in lies, like, bruh. It annoys me.
At the minimum, like.
Or what was it they used to do? They used to like put a hot coal in somebody's mouth or something like that. You know.
Oh, okay. You're rocking with that, huh?
I'm talking about going fucking medieval on these motherfuckers.
Way back.
Spicy.
Wow.
Gotta go look.
What do you think?
It's crazy work. Insane.
Well, he was
I think,
also
honestly,
being tongue in cheek
like,
about it too, though.
But again, Truth Gang, where is the arrest? Where are the arrests? They've arrested 3 people for threats against Ashley Cole. 3 people. Where are the arrests?
Wait, who's Ashley Cole?
Ashley Cole is the stepmother of Warren.
Okay.
They've arrested 3 people.
For threats on her.
Mm-hmm. Where are the threats to this young lady?
Yeah.
Were the arrests connected, right?
And for Nolan's mama. For Nolan's mama. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Bingo. Where are those arrests?
Why are people able to give them threats and nothing happened to them?
Right. So when I tell you guys, my people,
ain't nobody scared of them motherfuckers.
Listen, we're not. And my people is black, white, Hispanic, whoever's with us.
You rocking with justice. Salute.
You rock with justice, that's who I call my people. Don't be scared. Keep going. Let's go.
Be bold enough to say something like that on a public platform. I don't put nothing past any of them. And for her to even be on the call, like this is her and her people, there's no telling what, if they're on a public platform saying these things, there's no telling what they're saying behind the scenes. And that's the part that's concerning. That's the part that it almost trips me out that it's even allowed on social media. And then when we say something in return, we haven't met her with any type of hate. We haven't been disrespectful. We've responded with facts. We've corrected misinformation. My wife has made sure to lead with respect and class and to just show who we really are. We're still being met with the latter. And when we respond, we're shut down. If we try to report it, the reports are met with like declination by these social media platforms. And all of it is just truly concerning. Like all of it is disheartening. It's I have no words.
Yeah.
Our phone lines are open if you want to call in and you want to ask Janetta some questions or you have a comment. Look, I don't know if you know my history. I don't know if you know what happened with me and Elon Musk, who's the owner of X, which is the interview that I did with him, and I questioned him about content moderation. And this is why I believe that there should be content moderation on all platforms, whether it has to do with self-harm or harming somebody else or, especially around young women and their bodies and eating and all the things, right? And what the algorithms are doing. I think that there should be moderation and transparency, quite frankly, Janetta, about all of these things. And I can't understand why. Are you Do you feel like that your life is in danger?
It could possibly be in danger.
Strap
It
up,
could
sister.
possibly, with
For
every
real.
post,
Strap
there
up.
comes
Get
something.
that thing.
I saw someone say, "Get the
Keep that
ropes."
thing.
Like, I hope I hope the same thing happens to you. What happened to Nolan? Now, if y'all are calling it an accidental drowning, how can you hope something with so much boldness and so much, confidence? Like, it's the threats are just out of this world insane.
Check.
Well, I'm sorry for that. And look, no one should receive that, no matter how you feel about this particular case. And are you sure it was on her platform? This is her space that they were having the conversation that we heard from your wife. That was her with her supporters, followers, or whatever her group.
That was definitely her.
Friends.
That was definitely her. That's why she defended it when she took the screenshot and tried to say what Sippy Cup was referring to as lies, and like she's not backing down from it. She's admitting to
The
it.
deflection.
In a sense. And Sippy was the guy that we all just heard saying that. She's confirming that she was on that call.
Right here, she says, Sippy said that people who constantly lie are the problem. So is she admitting she lies constantly? Also, next time, come say hi. You seem so eager to talk. You crept into our space, hovered around, and then didn't say a word. That's an interesting strategy for someone who has so much to say online. All the lies you told about my family. Let's talk about that. So
wait, so to answer your question, she answered your question. She said you crept into our space.
Yeah. You're reading my, that's what I was going to say. And I don't understand why is she so obsessed with you? Why is she so obsessed with you? And why is she going after you like this? And why would you come on her platform? People ask me all like the crazies. I hate using that word, but the conspiracy theorists and the far right, far right lunatic streamers, they ask me on their shows. And it's like, no, I don't even respond. Why would you go on her show? Why would you legitimize her or give her any sort of credibility?
Right. Who knows?
So, and then you're concerned that because of her possible complaints or whatever, she will complain against you, and then you think that you may be taken down, that your social media site may be taken down.
There's a lot that could come with her. I have seen her get people's social medias shut down. Like, I have witnessed that myself. So there's no telling who she knows or what she's capable of, but she's somebody who obviously cannot be trusted.
So this means
we're taking your calls in a
y'all.
moment.
Keep looking into
so
it.
Just stand by. I'm going to get one. There is one more thing.
Listen, take it down. We will rebuild it again.
Keep looking into
take it down.
We will rebuild it. We will rebuild it. Keep looking into it. Look,
right.
probe.
Yes, amen.
Continue.
Amen. Huh? Amen.
Continue.
Let's go.
In succession that I want to get on, but I want everybody to stand by. We're going to take calls, and Janetta's going to take your calls. She's going to give her answers to you. So stand by. A word from our sponsors.
Can I just tell you something here?
Skip through this part.
People, you know what they're hating.
Keep looking into it, y'all. Keep looking into it.
Right.
It wasn't exposing more than what they want everybody to know.
Yep.
And thank you to our sponsors. They keep us powered here, independent journalists, independent media here on the Don Lemon Show and in these spaces. So it's much appreciated. Okay, we're back with Janetta Brantley, who is the professional audio engineer who put out the original enhancement of this, of the CETO emergency call. But it wasn't, they didn't even realize that they were, I guess, being recorded. And they were talking in the background, and now she is getting threats. We're going to take your phone calls in just a second. There's another slide or still that I want to put up now, Andy. I think, is this the next thing here, so that Janetta can explain to us what's in the queue? What's in the queue?
It's just another screen record from that Twitter space.
Okay, and it's video. Okay, I mean audio. Okay, let's hear it.
If it's you've been asked to retract and you still haven't fucking done it, and then you finally do it, yeah, no.
Yeah, she's asked again for them to retract it.
Yeah, so in that case, I think she would be able to get them just because they haven't retracted it, really.
Yeah, keeping it out there is the truth, and it's not.
So
Okay. And then you saw her up there in the circle on the thing. So you did that's that's her thing, or at least she's affiliated with because it's on her thing, because her handle is up there. What would you have to retract? Do you understand what that was even about?
I have no idea. Nobody's told us to retract anything. Like I don't know what she's talking about. Neither me or Ash knows what she's talking about.
Okay. Andy, anything else that we have that I need to have the audience listen to before we take these calls?
That's all.
That's all. Okay. So thank you for your patience and waiting on the calls. Thank you, Janetta, for that. And then now we're going to get to the callers. Let's see. My first caller is Grace, and she wants to talk to the audio expert about, obviously, wants to talk to you about the incident. Hi, Grace.
Hi, Don. Hi, Ms. Brantley. Thank you so much for taking my call. Don, you are amazing. I'm a legend, but I don't go on the Legend Live because of my job. But I think you're doing an amazing job, and keep up the great work. 2 questions for Ms. Brantley. The first one is this. Has anyone from Defense Counsel or the police or the DA's office contacted you yet about your about the audio?
No, they have not.
Good question.
Second question, and this is just because I'm a layperson. How is it that initially when we heard the audio, we didn't hear that in the background? Is it just because of the technical nature of it?
I can't speak for everyone and what they heard. There were quite a few people that actually came to me after I released that, saying they heard a bit of what I heard before I even did that. I think the vast majority didn't know what was being said underneath the actual hold music before Vicky, the dispatch, actually got on the
That's
call.
what I was talking about,
and
guys.
So that could be why nobody knew those things that were said prior to her answering. And when I isolated those 2 calls, like the left channel from the right channel, only exposing the caller and the background noises, that's how and that's when it was revealed what was actually said underneath the hold music.
Grace, does that satisfy you? You asked both of your questions, right?
Yes, and thank you, Ms. Brantley, for your bravery. And there's a lot of great people out here in the world, so don't let the nut jobs get you down. Okay, we're all hoping that this case gets.
Okay, guys. So I got another clip that I wanted to play, if you don't mind, or do you guys want to listen to the call?
Let's rock. Let's rock with your other clip.
All right, let's watch the other clip. Let me get this out. Some very good information, I believe, is in this clip.
How can anybody deny her work?
Because the color of her skin. Well, here's the thing.
No,
exactly.
Because that's how she make her money. Look. If she was a fucking freelancer, all right, go ahead. Yeah, I mean, that's how she makes her money.
Well, listen, Nancy Grace's producer did the same thing on the show. White lady.
Yeah.
And they still trying to discredit it.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, that's how she make her money, though. So you can't discredit her. The only way you could discredit her is if she was an amateur. That's the only way potential ever. That's how she make her money.
What's really hurting them Mayo people is because that woman cracked
Mayo people, Lord have mercy, Jesus.
That woman cracked that verbal conversation like an egg making an omelet.
I'm just saying, I like mayo, but you know I ain't going to know as a mustard now. You know what I'm saying? Mayo people, Lord.
Look, the thing is, they took some measure to defend themselves of being accused, but the measure that they took made them look guilty.
Mm-hmm.
It just made them look guilty.
Cleaning your phones up, social media.
I'm gonna say they ain't guilty, right? Let's say that they ain't guilty.
Okay.
The way that they going about it,
that's the problem, bro.
they getting
look guilty.
That's the problem right there.
Would you say? Would you say they ain't guilty? But guess what? They still getting a side eye.
Yeah, there you go. It's like look, there's a lot of suspect shit y'all motherfuckers is doing if you ain't
Oh my God. No,
in the words of R. Kelly, they looking at you out the corner of their eye.
Listen, I'm just saying.
Thinking down to myself.
Come on, let go. I'm just saying, man. It do, man. It do. Okay, guys, we're gonna stop clowning, but it do. It is the way they're going about it. The secrecy, the lies, the inconsistent stories.
Do it better. Just do it better. That's all I'm asking.
And you know, and
like Killer Coochie Katie is what I'm saying. Killer Coochie Katie. That's what I'm saying.
and you know, and I try to explain to certain
Somebody
people.
said Killer Coochie Katie in the comments.
Man, she got that killer coochie. I ain't heard that shit in a minute. She got that killer. All right, now.
Listen,
He got that get over here.
Betty got that killer.
That's what this old school said. Killer Coochie Katie.
Okay, so before Nolan was in the picture, who was in the picture? With her killer?
Bart Simpson.
Okay. Right.
But you know, I was trying to tell people, that boy mama is not a criminal judge. She is a chancery judge, which she deals with like people's estates, probate, inheritance, and stuff like
she
that.
Tied in. She really tied in.
Exactly.
Money.
So you never know what judges and people she has in her corner. Just like
what are you talking about?
I don't know if anybody really missed it, if anybody's seen it, but what was the town commissioner when he gave that speech about she's one of the best medical examiners. They're talking about the medical examiner. So she's one of the best. We chose her, but she only been on the job 3 years.
Yep.
He appointed her.
Yo, you see what Nina Out Loud put? That's her latest.
I didn't, but listen to this, y'all. Listen. Listen to old Bless Woodson.
What's that?
Oh shit, Ken folks. Oh shit, we done seen goddamn Killer Coochie Katie on the boat. Oh my God. Y'all know what time it is. She gonna bring her ass to me. This shit here just opened up the floodgate on a whole bunch of more shit. Cause y'all know I see that shit different. This shit just opened up the floodgate on some more shit. And it just answered one of the biggest questions we all want to know. But I can't spill the beans yet. I can't give it up right now. But y'all be looking for my video tomorrow. Oh, Katie, bring your ass to me. Killer Coochie Katie. I can't believe you been lying like this. Ooh. Y'all be looking for my video. Be looking for my video tomorrow, folks. I'm out of here.
That shit was so freaking funny to me. Killer Coochie.
What do you think? What he's saying? What he's saying?
Katie, whoop at it.
Well, she's seen with somebody else, right? She's seen on the boat her and another girl. They dressed in.
There you go.
They dressed alike, but one of them have stripes and one of them don't have stripes. Same colors, but one have stripes and one have a different design on the boat.
Yep. On the boat. Here we are. Hold on. I'm going to play it real quick before we get to the other clip, but that shit was funny. I had to say, Killer Coochie Katie.
Killer Coochie Katie.
Come here, Killer Coochie.
He said that ass is mine.
Katie, you was on that boat. Katie, that boat. Why you lied to us? You must think we're a joke. Y'all get off in the building. Get off in the building. Get off in the building. The chosen one is at it again, and I'm at it again. Y'all hit the night. Y'all know what time it is, man. Y'all know what time it is. Killer Coochie Katie, Cupcake Katie. She on that boat, y'all. She on that boat. Right? Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all how I know she on that boat before we get to the video. Check this out. This how I know this her. Like I say, we got good investigators on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. Boy, look here. We got some good investigators. Y'all hear me?
Okay.
And one of the good investigators, the white girl, she done went and broke down Katie pictures that Katie uploaded. Well, you can see her bathing suit. You can see her little white hat she got on. And boy, she on this motherfucking boat. And we finna show it to her. And we finna show her. I'm finna show her, y'all. I'm finna show her. Yo. This here open another question too. A couple people to bring their ass to the front. Couple people to bring their motherfucking ass to the front. Cause this here open the floodgate. But y'all let me go ahead and show y'all Katie on this boat. And Katie, we got some motherfucking questions for you, you little white devil. You little white pretty motherfucking little devil, you. Yeah. Why you lie to us, Katie? Why you been lying to us? Now, Katie, before I show you on this boat, your sister said that your brother and sister came and picked you up. Well, I'm giving them 5 seconds to come to the front and say they came and picked you up. Because if they don't come in 5 seconds, I'm going to show you on this motherfucking boat. 1, 2, 3,
crazy work.
4, Countdown. 5. Okay, they ain't made it to the front to say that they picked you up because we know you lying. Y'all let rock steady. We finna rock steady. I'm finna show y'all on this boat. Katie have on a turquoise bathing suit bottom. She her top is like turquoise with a blue trimming. She have on a white hat. I'm gonna show
Did
y'all.
They cut her out of the picture or something?
On this boat.
Nah,
Let's go.
She's there.
One day after he was found.
Let's go. See, why would she lie to us like that, y'all? And then y'all remember the one when I was saying, let's see the judge code right here. Pause it. The one right there, that's Katie. That's Katie, y'all.
Bring your ass, Katie.
I'm finna prove
Bring
it.
your ass,
That's Katie right there, that white hat on. And look. This is where they left from. And the news reporter on here said,
okay.
This was Nolan the wall. He say Nolan was down there. He said y'all can see Nolan down there with the girl. That's Katie right there, y'all. Watch this here. Y'all, let's go. We finna keep it moving. Yeah, Cupcake, you in some trouble. Cupcake. Killer Coochie, Katie, bring your ass to the front. You little white devil. You little white devil. That's you down there in that hat. Yeah, you can bring your ass to me. Here we go. Who this is right here, y'all?
Katie. Katie.
Who that is right there, y'all?
Killer Coochie.
Who that is right there, y'all?
Killer Coochie.
That motherfucking Oscar bird. That's Warren right there.
Warren.
Yeah, that was Warren. That was Warren. Right there. Okay.
Hey, Warren.
Okay. Y'all check this out, y'all. Y'all check this out. I want y'all to remember that. Boom. Okay, y'all peep this here. Y'all see this here? This the girl that was on the picture with Katie, and Katie got her face blurred out. Yeah. That's her bathing suit.
Right.
The blue with the white stripes. Now, check this out. People want y'all to think.
Listen, watch what
this Katie right here, but that's not. That's not. You see her bathing suit? You see her bathing suit a different color. They want y'all to think this Katie, but that's not Katie right now. I'm going to show you Katie. Katie, you lie, and now I'm going to tell y'all how we know the big question that is to the answer. Here come Katie, y'all.
Let all them both.
Here come Katie. They say that's Nolan right there. Here come Katie, y'all. Look, y'all. Here come Katie. Y'all see her right there. There go Katie right there, y'all. Y'all see Katie right there?
Yep.
Watch this here, y'all. Watch this here. That is Katie. That is Katie. Let's go back. That's Katie, y'all. That's Katie. That's her bathing suit with that white hat. Ooh, Katie.
Bring your ass here.
And this the boat that's supposed to be towed. Right? This boat supposed to be getting towed. There go Katie right there. Booyah! Right there. There go her baby suit bottom on the same picture she posted. There go the hat she had on the picture she posted. That is Katie. Now y'all check this out. If I ain't mistaken, Raccoon Ruckus Tatum dropped this here video. Y'all listen.
Wait a minute now.
The truth is sitting right in our goddamn face. But they doing so much motherfucking lying. It's throwing us off, but guess what? We too smart. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. Everybody on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, I don't care what color you is, they put in this motherfucking shit together. Look, we put it together, y'all. And y'all happy not to in the comments. Look, there go Kim.
For the ones that don't know, this is during the CETO call. This is the photo that Officer Race Tatum released, trying to debunk that Nolan wasn't on the boat. But I just didn't want to know, is he's on Bart's boat? That's all I wanted to know. But let's keep going.
Katie, why did you lie to us?
Why'd you lie?
Because I'm going to tell you what this just did, Katie. You know what this just did? Showed me. I don't know how anybody else going to see it. This just showed me. Javon, bring your ass to the front.
Bring your ass here.
Tristan, bring your ass to the front. And Osterberg Ward, bring your ass back to the front. Now,
pull the card.
You lied to us. You said that was another one of your friends arguing when they heard Nolan say, "Give me my phone back." Now we know why the phone got took, y'all. I'm finna tell y'all. Let me get through with this.
Come on now.
You lied, Javon. You covered up for these motherfucking crackers. Cause they probably threat you or something, but boy, you switch sides, boy. You is the one of the biggest reasons this case still going on, cause you can solve it all. You can tell what happened. Okay. Fruit Loop, Tristan. Yeah, you a motherfucking Fruit Loop. Yeah. You a motherfucking Fruit Loop. You threw yourself in this motherfucking case.
Listen.
I don't know who told you to come out and say that was you saying, "Give me back my phone" or whatever.
Okay.
That was Nolan. And you want to know why Nolan was saying, "Give him back his phone"? Hey, y'all, the phone wasn't left on the boat, y'all. And this finna prove it. I'm finna prove it. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Go off, Spirit. Go off. Yeah, I see it. I see it. I see it, Spirit. I see it. Y'all, listen.
Listen.
Y'all know why they want to say he left his phone on the boat? Because they took his motherfucking phone so they could see. So Bart, so baby Dick Bart, so he could see if it was some messages between Katie and Nolan.
You said baby Huey Bart or something like that?
No, wait a minute. I gotta say, what do you call Bart?
Yeah, I see it, Spirit. I see it. Y'all, listen. Y'all know why they want to say,
y'all, I'm crying.
He left his phone on the boat because they took his motherfucking phone so they could see. So Bart, so baby Dick Bart, so he could see if it was some messages between Katie and Nolan, if what he was hearing was true. Because Katie probably was lying to him.
I hear you, Theo.
And Nolan probably, nah, man, we ain't did nothing. That's why they took his phone, y'all. Because Bart was any motherfucking talking conversations going on between him and motherfucking Katie. Yeah. Oh my God, they can't get this shit past me. No. Katie, you got that killer coochie. And now you done proved to be a little motherfucking devil. I told y'all them crackers the devil. I don't care how pretty they is. I don't care how handsome y'all may think they is.
Listen.
They the motherfucking devil. See the difference between the white woman and the white man. See, that white man is, he can't be saved. I wouldn't give a fuck. The reason the white man can't be saved, because he always gonna have an insecurity in him about that black man. So he can't be saved no matter if they're your friend or not. They always gonna have that insecurity of you.
Let's pause that right there. Why is that insecurity there when they still marry more of their women than black men do? Their women still marry all kind of other dudes.
Right.
But when it comes to marrying black men, they have the biggest issue of their
Baby
women. Was a
baby dick.
it was.
I'm just saying.
All
That's
them
what
motherfuckers ain't got no baby dick. Come on.
Uncle said baby dick. Uncle said baby dick part. I'm just saying that's what he said.
All right, I can dig it, but you know what I'm saying? For any white woman in the chat, is that the average? You know what I'm saying? Don't just juxtapose them motherfuckers to us now. You know what I mean? Because ain't nobody sending up to us. So it's like, but on the average, they can't be that bad for their woman. You know what I mean? When it comes to the dictitude.
Believe me, they are. Listen, I lived in North Carolina where you had.
Let me see that Tootsie Roll. No, I'm just kidding.
Where you had some of them.
I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. I promise you, I am.
Yeah, but they like that. They got a complex about that, you know, because like I said, I seen it all the time in North Carolina, where them bunnies deal with them Mexican dudes. You know what I'm saying? They hook on, and then you have some that because they date white women, but the majority of the time they are emotionally broken when a brother gets a hold of that token.
Listen.
Church.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
You heard what they said. Once they taste black, they never go back.
Listen,
No, but look. That look. All women of the world get down like that with us. So it's not just that they woman. We the most desired cat on the planet.
You're right. Let's go back to the slavery days.
Okay.
Was not the mistress, what you call it, the mistress or mistress not dipping in the slave?
The missus? Yeah, of course. Shit.
As well? Mandingo? Mandingo. Y'all remember Mandingo?
They was dipping too. They were dipping, tearing them out the frame.
Let me see your Tootsie Roll. Dip. Now dip. That's exactly what they, now dip. Not dip. That's exactly what they were doing.
What they say, master go to town and take care of business for the person. And what do
Get it.
And the wife would say, "Oh, I go get Strong Arm over there and tell him I said I need him to move this furniture." And then strong arm coming in, go upstairs, and she'll tell everybody leave out the house because I need to watch him because I don't want him taking nothing. Yeah, he in there watching me. He watching how you looking in that mirror when he taking them goodies.
That's it. That is it right there.
You know, so
They'll say Kunta Kinte. Yeah, exactly. Your name Kunta. Say your name, Toby.
I can't remember the name of the book, but it's a book where it's about one of the brothers, the slaves, was down in Virginia, who was running he had control of all the white women's daughters, where he was doing his thing. The mother put him in position to do the mother. Put him in position. I can't think of the name of the book.
He had his own harem.
Yeah, it was
He had a white bitch harem.
Believe it or not, it's around the time of white cargo.
No, I'm playing with you.
Find the book about white cargo.
Is this
I do a lot of reading. It's called White Cargo.
Is this the Moors or who is this?
No, white cargo is where they had the white people enslaving their own people.
Yeah, they've always done that. They didn't create slavery. They just did it the worst of any people that ever did it.
Yeah. You know, we was going back to that telephone, right? Going back to that telephone. The only time I believe that Nolan was out of contact with his phone is when they showed a picture of him in the water with the sunglasses on, and somebody's taking a picture of him.
Okay.
and he's looking. But then if he's going to be on the island with that girl and they hanging out, or they just met, then this is the lie. If they just met that day, wouldn't he would have got his phone off the boat to get her number to lock in his phone?
Yeah, but the family came out and said that they know Katie.
How do they know Bart? I need to know how anybody.
They don't know Bart.
Nobody know Bart.
But they said they knew who Katie was because she's been on several family events with the Wonsleys.
So why don't nobody know Bart though? Because the thing is, if Bart was checking his phone,
none of them.
Crustacean.
How long has he been in college?
What the fuck?
How long has he been in college? Because he should be like in his 20s, right?
Who? Bart was 21.
Okay, so he's been in college for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So how long has he known Katie then? Since before he went to college?
I don't know for a fact if he knew who Katie was. He has came out and said that he didn't know who Katie was.
Did anybody else beside Katie know Bart? For them
The
to
rest,
help.
they knew who Katie was.
I know they know who Katie is, and Katie
everybody know who Bart is. Bart was just trying to separate himself. That's all.
Well, no, all right. So
because he's the one that brought his boat out. He was the one that came out. They asked him, "Hey man, we get ready to go out on the boat. Well, my dad ain't gonna use the boat, man. You can use this one." Or my grandfather. So, in other words, Nolan was already gone. They called Bart to come get them to tow them in. Now, if Bart was already at Horn Island with them, why would they have to call him to come tow them out?
That's true.
Because they made 3 trips to Fort Bayou. They went to Fort Bayou from Horn Island the first time.
This is
turned back around, and then came back.
This is sound premeditated. This is sounding more and more premeditated.
But I'm trying to find out.
Have you guys ever heard ritualistic, human sacrificial?
Well, you know what Horn Island is, right? You know what Horn Island was, right?
Educators.
The reason why they call it Horn Island, did it have anything to do with Luciferianism, Satanism, Hollywood?
The Civil War. It was a captain of the Civil War who used that island for Klans meetings because that's how the Klan started through Confederate soldiers. And then by them being on the coast of Mississippi, that's the Gulf Coast right there, Mississippi, Alabama, that's all considered Southern Confederate states. Because we just had a discussion early today about my home state of Maryland, which we are on a Mason-Dixon line.
Right.
We consider South, but we consider North, but we're in the South just by a few hundred miles. But you have to remember that.
So wait. So that's the history on it.
Yeah, they had Klan meetings, and it's a barren island. It's a barren island.
Hear me out. The thing is, they were celebrating this 4th of July was the 250th one. Something that was, you know what I'm saying, bicentennial plus. That could definitely be viewed as a ritual, something that was ritualistic. I didn't know that it had that type of history attached to it. And you have all of this evasiveness. The moment that it as suspect as it looks, it's like they're like, whatever, look elsewhere. Don't assume things. It's like, well, wait a minute. Nah, this shit looks suspect to everyone. And you want to tell me, all right, Klansmen were the ones that had such networks with judges and DAs and FBI and all that shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Government straight up. So it's like, at what point are the current authorities going to look into perhaps maybe a little revisionist of that history? You know what I mean? They're not going to do that. They already said, before they really started looking deep into it, was no foul play. So it's like, all right, so are y'all fucking with us? All right, so somebody answer me that one. 40 years later, are y'all fucking with us?
Right.
Is that what we doing? If this is where we at, I can accept that. But I'm gonna move like it's 1984.
Hey.
For real.
But look at the sheriff. Look at the sheriff. He's a second generation sheriff. His grandfather was a sheriff of another town in Mississippi. Then the grandson, the sheriff of Jackson, he was the sheriff down there with his grandfather after his grandfather retired. Then he wound up being a sheriff of Jackson. So you have to think it's generational. Racism and prejudice is generational.
Right.
It constantly keeps going and going and going. Exactly. Now in the South, we still, it's so bad that we still have sundown towns.
So the thing is, it's not that it's so bad. The thing is, the Constitution that everybody will say that they stand on still permits sundown towns. So that shows you that it's some conjecture with all of this shit. All right. There's always been some conjecture in the words of Patrice O'Neal, peace be unto her, with all of this shit. The thing is, in these future times, everyone has access to the same information on a much larger court, and everyone has access to, the devices that you can use to analyze and look within pretty much anything that has, audio, image, yada, 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 whatever. They're still trying to do these 1950s shit, and it's not fitting within where they're going to have to take their society if they're looking to progress it, if they're looking to, move it further. They're still trying to hold on to that old world shit, and it's like the only thing that's probably going to stop it is if they get punished enough for it. It's already showed that the society ain't finna do it, so that's going to have to come from the victim base. It's going to have to come some form of value or worth to the point where the response will be the act right.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, guys, we don't have long left, so let's get back into. I wanted to show this, if you don't mind. This video basically is from Trent Out Loud, and it's in regards to Tatum. I think it's important that we review this.
Why do people call him into such accountability?
I don't. He's actually ready to go against him.
A lot of folks do, but
he's about to rat him out, actually.
Yeah, he's nice. I like him.
Yeah, he's about to rat him out. He's about to show proof. These right here messages are proof. Let's get into it.
I spoke with former Officer Tatum Monday night, and I think it's safe to assume that I caught him in a bold-faced lie. I actually told him that if he did not send me what he said he was going to send me, the metadata, that I was going to make a video labeling him a bold-faced liar. So until former Officer Tatum sends me the proof he swears he has, Brandon, you are a bold-faced liar. And speaking of people who I think are deceived,
he is asking for the metadata that coincides with the video and the photos. Officer Tatum swore he was going to give it to Trent Out Loud, but then didn't do it. So he's calling him a liar when it comes to those photos that are trying to be released to the public and tell us that Nolan was on the island after 4:30. That's what this is about, guys. It's important that we pay attention. Okay?
Yes. Nolan Wells' former friends have upped their give, send, go and no longer require $100,000. Now they need $200,000. And seeing that we're on the topic of deception, I have some comments about the Cajun Navy and their recent timeline report. But ladies and gentlemen, have no fear, because like what I promised, I will try to do daily, and that is bring you some positive Nolan Wells news. I'm here to let you know that this August the 19th, there will be a celebration for Nolan on what would have been his 19th birthday. Oh, yes, the irony. Nolan would have been 19 on the 19th of this month. There has been a ton of developments over the past 24 hours in the Nolan Xavier Wells case, and of course, a very intense discussion between me and former Officer Tatum. Sit back, relax. I'll tell you everything you need to know, and then I'll hand it off to you, the Out Louders. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. late Monday night, technically speaking, Tuesday morning at 1 a.m., I sent a DM to former Officer Tatum. And in that DM, I asked him the same question I asked Harvey when I was on TMZ. I asked him for the metadata from the video and pictures that former Officer Tatum put out that he said is proof.
Pay attention, guys, because I've often have said, okay, so you showed me these pictures of Wyatt's boat, but you didn't show anything of Bart's boat.
Mm-hmm.
If you said in your interview, Warren, with Tatum, that, well, Nolan's phone and other phones were not on our boat, and then Tatum turned around and corrected you, but what if the phone and Nolan was on Bart's boat? Pay attention to what he's saying. He asked for the metadata. He's asking for proof. That's all that we're asking for. That those photos and video that Tatum released is authentic. Let's keep going.
That Nolan was not on the boat when the boys were heading back to the mainland. Now, I am going to walk you through the conversation that I had with former Officer Tatum in our DMs. But what I am going to do is I'm going to show you proof of the authenticity of our conversation in our DMs, because some of you might think this is Photoshop, because what's right beside me is a screenshot. But here is proof that it is real. I'm going to show you a video of my DM with former Officer Tatum, and you'll see here that I'm pulling the DMs aside, and you can see the timestamps. That is proof that this is not AI. This is proof that these screenshots are not Photoshop. This is how you are when you are a transparent person. I'm going to show you proof that Harvey nor Tatum are being transparent about this picture and video. Now, for those of you who might not be familiar with this picture and video, let me show you the video. I'll play it here beside me. This is the video in question that Officer Tatum and Harvey claim is proof. That's all we don't need anything else. Nolan was not on the boat. But again, we don't know the authenticity. We don't know the metadata. We don't know if they just took this picture 2 days ago and it's claiming that it was taken on July the 4th, because they offered us no metadata and no proof. Okay, so there's the video. Let me show you now the pictures. Okay, here is one picture and here is the second picture. All right, now you know the video and the pictures that we're talking about. Let me walk you through our DM conversation. Hey, Tatum, I would like for you to comment on this. I was on TMZ Friday and I caught Harvey lying for you. Harvey also says he has confirmed that Nolan was not on the boat. How? How is Harvey able to confirm that? No one can confirm that yet, not even law enforcement. And I sent him my reel that most of you have seen, and it's the same content that I played on this YouTube channel, where it was my interview with Harvey, asking Harvey for the metadata. I'll play that for you in a second. Okay, so he sees this, and this is his response. Bro, you are tripping. We have video. Where is the metadata? How do we know Nolan wasn't on one of the other boats? Hold on, I'll get into that in a second. Then I also refer back to the fact that I feel like even the video is sketchy, because it seems to me almost like a live picture and not a video. So I challenge and I say, that's not a video. It's a picture made to look like a video. Nobody is moving in the video. Again, challenging him. He says, I saw it. It was all given to the police. It's a video, bro. People are taking a picture of the videos. Okay, again, like I said, I feel like it's a live picture made to look like a video, but I digress. It's not important. I already played it for you guys. Let's move on to what I wrote back. You saw, because he just said, hey, I saw. You saw, so that means you don't have the metadata, correct? And here you could see it because the last screenshot had an arrow. You saw, so that means you don't have the metadata, correct? He said, I do. They showed me. Why are you lying with no evidence? What are you talking about? Funny that I'm asking him for stuff and he's telling me I'm lying. I said, show it to us, please. I'll retract my statement. He writes back and says, will you make an apology to the boys? I don't understand former Officer Tatum's mission on getting everybody to, will you apologize to the boys? I just don't understand. He's not their lawyer. He's not their mother. He's not their father. He doesn't even know that. I want everybody to apologize to these boys. It is beyond me, but I think we all know why he is fighting so hard for these boys. But I digress. I write back and I say, no, I'll say that the picture/video is real and verify the time it was taken. That does not mean Nolan was not placed on Bart's boat or another boat. And again, 1 second, I will get to that. He writes back and says, bro, we have the entire video of boats, both boats, which I do not believe, because if that was the case, he would put it out. He says, police have the video as well. Then I say, Brandon, I could say I have videos of me and whoever walking down the street or at whatever time, blah, blah, blah. That means nothing if you can't provide the metadata. He writes back, bro, because he knows he's caught now. His back is against the wall. He has no metadata, nothing. Don't forget, he said he saw it.
Okay, pause it real quick.
So I wrote back, and you still haven't done that. And I've asked.
I'm not on Facebook, right? And so when he say Meta, every time he says Meta, I'm thinking that Facebook, application or whatever that is. Is that now being utilized as a place, a form of where one's been? When they say Meta, is that what you're talking about? Like the Facebook area location data when you say Meta?
You can be talking about Meta glasses, or you can use Meta recording, like the little camera that's in the corner of your phone or the bottom of your phone that you can just tap.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's basically on all. So I believe it's on all social media platforms and like Google and stuff like that. When you search, it's like a searching format.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
That confirmed the video.
The location of the video. All right.
Yeah, the data. He just said Meta because
Like a timestamp.
Yeah.
Right. Every time he said Meta, I was thinking, talking about Facebook's Meta or something. You know what I'm saying? No commercial. Feel me?
But you notice something. Yeah, you notice something. And I'm gonna tell you about a book, Coon Booker #1. He is actually trying to get some type of status in the Mayo community stronger than he already has, and since he's been, booted up out of Turning Point.
He can't.
Out of Turning Point.
You know what? I wanted to ask both of y'all that. Do y'all really think that, pilgrims who black people who want to be sycophants think that their sycophancy transfer over to them? Do y'all think pilgrims really like to receive that really slavish response from black people?
They don't.
Like that.
No, they don't like
it. He wouldn't say that he's being slavish though. That's the whole thing.
He don't like it because he can't go against the grain he married to.
It's a game to them.
Well, he can be married. Look, he can be married to a white chick and not be no motherfucking slave, man.
But it's his positioning.
Nothing about us.
He only works against a white man. That's jacked up. He don't even love her. He don't even love her.
Do you know why he really with her? You know why he really with her? He got pressured. He got pressured into marrying her.
Oh,
he was in college. He failed at a job. He went and got a job and he failed. He didn't get the job. He was in college. He got the girl pregnant. He was like, he didn't know what he was going to do. She called him and said, listen, I'm about to have this baby. So the police department called. You're going to join the police department. He joined the police department.
Oh, okay.
He stayed with them 6 years as a patrol officer because he was a mediocre football player. And who his great uncle is? His great uncle is the famous Jack Tatum, who paralyzed Daryl Stingley.
Wow.
And his father is a fire chief.
He's connected. How about to say, he connected?
And all of them are connected.
Yeah,
And
but,
that's why they
but hold up. Why is it that most of the black people that you encounter who might be connected usually be coonies?
Because they don't want to lose their so-called token status.
social status.
But wait a minute. But do hating on black people come with it for black people?
It does.
Yes, because guess what? As long as you hate against what they call a rage against the machine, as long as we keep pushing, they're gonna push to make themselves feel like they're higher and above us as a person and people.
In whose eye?
Bro.
In masses' eyes to them.
That's why I asked the question. Y'all think pilgrims really get off on that shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do.
You said it yourself.
Yeah.
Guess what? You know what Caesar did in Rome? You know what Caesar did in Rome when things was going haywire? You know what he did? He had sporting events to distract the people's mind.
The lions and shit. Yeah, that's what he did.
Yeah, that's to distract us from what's going on in the world. Like everything that's going on right now, the FIFA World Cup, that's to distract us. The baseball World Series, that's to distract us. LeBron James trade, that's to distract us from what's really going on. And with that being said,
but if it works,
he is an entertainer.
If it works, whose fault is that? Is that the fault of all of that propaganda, or the fault of the mind that ain't being prepped for, you know what I'm saying, being able to sift through the BS?
It's the black people's fault.
You know what? It's the people's fault their eyes aren't open like our eyes are open.
Yeah.
Why do they put blinders on a horse so he don't see what's on the side of him?
You're right.
They put it in our face for us not to see it, because the best place to hide something is in plain sight. Don't you know I can hide $1,000 in the Bible and won't know a person can come in the room and won't pick to steal that Bible?
Yeah, true that.
Because they don't want to go against the code, but you'll go against your own people for your own status. See, he's an entertainer for these folks. As long as he do what Master say and Master know how he's gonna act, he's gonna feel like he's accomplishing something.
Okay, but the thing is, he doesn't owe black people anything, does he?
Exactly. He don't owe me nothing. To be honest, he can do what he want to do, but at the end of the day, I don't have to look myself in the mirror and know that, hey, man, I'm doing my people wrong. Because when the BS hit the fan,
he sees us as his people.
Wait a minute, nope. I just heard Baltimore in it.
That's it, Baltimore City, born and raised.
I just heard Baltimore.
Shout out.
I just heard it.
What did you? Hey, what did you? What did you?
What did you? What did you? I'm gonna be here to attitude.
What did you do? Hey, listen, can we listen to the rest of this and then get back into the conversation, because we are going to end here soon.
All right, let's rock.
Let's rock it, if you guys don't mind.
Twice. So he writes back, yo, hold tight. Hold tight. I'm assuming it's in his phone. It's somewhere close to him because he says he has it, right? And I said, no problem. Take your time. He writes back and he says, I'll reach out to them tomorrow since it's late. Now he has to reach out to the boys. Okay, I said, okay, cool. Hit me back. He has not opened back up his text messages. Now, 5 minutes before I started recording, I sent him this message. Again, still didn't look at my okay, cool, hit me back, and still has not seen this message as far as I know. I wrote him and I said, Brandon, just a heads up, Monday night, again, very technical, Tuesday at 1 a.m., you told me you would send me the metadata on Tuesday. It's now Wednesday, over 24 hours later, and I haven't heard anything back from you. This is a message letting you know that I'll be using this DM as proof of you not following up on your word, and as a result of you not being able to provide me with the metadata as promised, that I have no choice but to assume you're lying. All right, now that we've established that Officer Tatum doesn't have the metadata and he has to ask the boys for it, let's revisit my TMZ interview when I asked Harvey for the metadata. Listen to what Harvey said live in 4K on TMZ. Now let's talk about that picture that you showed up of the boat. We got that picture from Officer Tatum, former Officer Tatum. How do we know when that picture was taken? We have no metadata. We have no proof. How do we know that? And also,
well, no, but what the video? It's not a pic. We're talking about.
Well, he put out pictures and video. But
I know, but the video, we can align the video with the distress call, and he wasn't on that boat.
Yeah, but Harvey, how do you know? Has former Officer Tatum, has he provided you guys with the metadata? Do you know 100% when that video and those pictures were taken? Can you confirm to me right now that it was taken on July the 4th?
That's what we have concluded based on everything we've looked at, metadata.
If TMZ got those pictures and videos from former Officer Tatum and Tatum gave them the metadata, how come Tatum has to wait on the boys and ask the boys for the metadata? Doesn't that seem a little weird to you?
A little bit.
Do you see the lies these people are telling us? Do you not see the lies? Do you not see the overt lies that these people are telling us? This is in 4K lying. Tatum never sent me the metadata, so it's safe to assume he doesn't have it. And then Harvey lies. And then when I challenge him on that, guess what Harvey says after? Harvey says, hey, well, I guess anything is possible. Watch this clip. He says metadata, and then it's like, actually, hold on. He looks off camera to somebody, and it's like, maybe anything's possible. Watch this clip from Harvey. Can you confirm to me right now that it was taken on July the 4th?
That's what we have concluded based on everything we've looked at, metadata, talking to people, and aligning it with the distress call. Yeah. Now, look, anything is possible. Why
are you saying anything is possible? It just doesn't make sense. And that is why I could clearly say that I do not believe Harvey and I do not believe TMZ when it comes to this alleged video and or picture that they are using to want us to shut down all the investigation and to prove that, hey, these three boys had nothing to do with what happened to Nolan Xavier Wells. I don't believe it. Former Officer Tatum, Harvey, my platform is available. Send me the metadata and I will retract my statements and I will say that the pictures and or video are real. Until then, we do not believe you. Before we get...
Well put, brother. Well put. Until then.
I believe if Tatum had all of this stuff, all of this footage, and all this, and Harvey had all this stuff, why didn't them Alphabet Boys confiscate or make a play on getting that information? Because they know it's false and fabricated. They also know that you cannot trust TMZ because same situation with Miss Guthrie. They the first ones to get ransom notes and this, that, and the third, and you still ain't got no further than what the investigators got from day one. So make it make sense. Tatum is only looking to slide in and play his position for a more popular status in the media.
He's an ambulance chaser, basically, and he's for the side of anti-blackness. He's one of those people, and there are a lot of people that do that because there's a very large audience for anti-blackness. You know what I'm saying? A very large audience. So it's really more, it tells about the whole of the environment. The fact that there's so much evasiveness to it. You know, Tatum is not going to assist this in any way. And actually, he's actually been more of a blessing in this case, though, because he's exposing more than these pilgrims ever was going to initially. You feel me? So
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? In that regards, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, thank you, dummy. You feel me? Oh.
Well, his wife, his wife exposed something too.
His wife? What is?
Yeah, you haven't seen anything about his wife?
No,
man. No.
Hold on. Is she as foul as he is?
Man, listen. I'm gonna put it to you like this: she is 50% owner of Tatum Enterprises. 50% owner.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, so she down with it. All right then.
Now we're gonna say
everybody needs somebody. Everybody
when DL Hewley fried him, she said, DL, you used to be you used to be my favorite comedian, DL. I used to listen to all your comedy. Now that you done said this about my husband, I don't even like it. You're disgusting.
Absolutely.
She talked me dirty after DL roasted him.
Listen.
But then he come back about you cheated on your wife, da 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 da. But now see your feelings hurt because you bringing a man's family in it. He didn't bring your family in it. He brought you in it because you decided to get in it.
This is true. This is true. And I want to say this before we leave because it's 3 hours for me.
That's
now
right.
Rogue know what 3 hours mean.
Yeah, time to skedaddle.
Brother Lanier.
Yes.
I got a full-time job, Lord. In the daytime. I've been up since 5:30 this morning. Woo. I go right from working my full-time job while y'all trying to call me a grifter. Y'all ain't see me not get not one super chat. I don't
not one. All this heat. 100,000 views. Like, yo, what?
Sometimes it's 200,000-300,000 views. But I don't get them. It is what it is. I don't sweat my people.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
That's nuts.
It's very nuts. It's very nuts. And people think that we do a lot of research. We do a lot of talking.
You do expose a lot of truth, though, Auntie Leah.
Well, before we leave,
you can have those people paying attention to you.
Listen, I basically do this.
You can have those space balls after you, Auntie.
Listen, I do this for free. I do it for free, right? I do a lot of research, and I've been doing it for it's been over a year. It's been like a year and a half. I've been doing this for free. I don't know. But I always tell my people, I say, if God puts it on your heart to bless the channel, you can. I don't charge. You know, I see content creators say, well, if you send a super chat, I'll read your comment.
That's goofy.
I don't do that.
If you show up and read your comment. If you got some dope stuff, read your comment.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've been on one channel for 6 years. And from day one, I've been on that channel moderator. But I do want to say this before we leave. I want to say happy anniversary to the chair hat tossing. Y'all know what the day is. The day is the anniversary of the folding chair and hat tossings.
Oh, yo, okay. Oh, word. Okay, yo, I got a song I made about that. I need to re-upload that. All right, now.
Shout out to that podcast.
Yeah.
Listen, hold on a second. I just want to say thank y'all. Okay. Thank each and every one of you. I love y'all so much. It don't matter what you don't send or what you do send. I love y'all all the same. We are ending this tonight's session. We'll be back tomorrow. Rogue, Lanier, you're welcome.
You have a good night. Be good, be safe. God bless.
Much respect, sister. Thank you for the sharpening.
You're welcome. We're going to end the night with the new song that I wrote. And I wrote it. It took me about 9 days to get it all together. Yes, I use AI because I ain't got enough money to hire real people to produce. But what I do know is how to make a good song using AI. If you guys can meet us tomorrow on this channel so we can keep screaming their name, I love y'all and I appreciate it. I might get things happen. Sometimes I don't get to do what I want to do. But hit the notifications, subscribe to the channel. Listen to the words of this songography. I don't call them songs. I call them songographies. Because what I write are true stories. Many biographies in a song form. So I am the one who created the songography. Listen to what I wrote for Nolan and the Wonsleys. And until we meet again tomorrow, let's go. We out of here. Tell Mississippi to cough them up.
Mississippi. Three boats went to Horn Island. Everybody came back except Nolan Xavier Wells. They brought his phone home, but they left somebody's son behind. This time, we want every answer. Mississippi, cough them up, cough them up, cough them up.
Yeah.
Fourth of July, headed out in the sun. 3 boats on the water, but they came back -1. Nolan was 18 with his whole life plan. College football dreams and the future in his hands. They went to Horn Island, everybody there together. Sun on the coast, clear summertime weather. But something went wrong before the end of the day. When the boats left the island, Nolan somehow stayed. They said he made a choice, said he wanted to remain, but he cannot tell his side, so the question still remains. Why would he stay without his keys or his phone? Why would everybody leave and assume he made it home?
Who was the last one to see him on the sand? Who counted every person for the boats left land? Everybody got a story, but the timeline got a hold. Mississippi tell Christine what happened to her soul.
Her baby didn't come home. Her baby couldn't call. Everybody had an answer, but nobody knew it all. If you were there with Nolan, come forward with the truth. A mother needs an answer.
Come on, tell the truth.
Cough them up, cough them up,
Cough them up, Mississippi. Cough them up this time.
Cough them up.
Bring them boys forward, put the truth on the line. We are not declaring guilt, we are demanding facts. Tell us what happened to Nolan and don't hold nothing back. Cough them up, Mississippi. Every phone and every boat, every picture, every message, every word that they spoke. His mother needs the truth, his father needs it too. Cough them up, Mississippi. Tell us what happened to Nolan Wells. Cough up the truth. Bring every hidden detail to the light. Cough up the truth. Mississippi, get it right this time. 4:31, they reportedly pulled away. But when was Nolan last independently seen that day? There's a window in the timeline, questions in between. What happened after 4 and what they witnessed to see?
See you later, True
taking
Gang.
water, bills pump acting strange. A call went out for help, then the energy seemed to change. Voices in the background, confusion on the line. Who was on which vessel at that exact time? They reached the mainland, moved from place to place, but nobody turned around to search the island for his face. His mother knew her baby would not vanish on his own. After midnight, she reported that her son had not come home. Search teams hit the water when the morning brought the light. Then July 6th, the living news that shattered every life. Nolan's body found, but the questions only grew. Finding him was not the same as finding out the truth. Her baby didn't come home. Her baby couldn't call. Everybody had an answer, but nobody knew it all. If you were there with Nolan, come forward with the truth. A mother needs an answer. What happened to you?
cough them up, cough them up,
Cough them up, Mississippi. Cough them up this time. Bring them boys forward, put the truth on the line. We are not declaring guilt, we are demanding facts. Tell us what happened to Nolan and don't hold nothing back. Cough them up, Mississippi. Every phone and every boat, every picture, every message, every word that they spoke. His mother needs the truth, his father needs it too. Cough them up, Mississippi. Tell us what happened to Nolan Wells. Cough up the truth. Bring every hidden detail to the light. Cough up the truth.
Salute everybody. I love y'all.
Autopsy held the findings for review. The family sought another because they need answers too. Independent examination left the cause of man opinion. The family's lawyer said the investigation was my ending. Questions about his neck, questions behind his head. questions about the tissue and what the findings really say. Where is the final report? What will the evidence show? How did Nolan lose his life? His family deserves to know.
Come on, justice for Nolan Wells in the comments.
Grand jury expected to review the evidence in place. Ben Crump still beside him, said examine every fact. If
Kendrick Johnson,
if the light.
Daniel Irvin, Tyler Smith, every black child, every child of color. Love y'all.
Mississippi.
Wait a minute.
Three boats went to Horn Island. Everybody came back except Nolan.
Daniel Irvin, Tyler Smith. Do not forget Mr. Alec Michael Del Bosque. Look him up. If you don't know who he is, look on my page. And he's not black, but he is a person of color. Justice for Alec.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for coming. Please like, share, and subscribe. Come back again.